Hello, and welcome back to Dyson Mimics. We've actually managed to be on a semi-regular schedule. I know, I think it's a sign of the end times as well, but we'll see how this goes. Oh, we'll all go together when we go. Anyway, so I am Paddy, your dungeon master, as usual, and joining me tonight we have Annette as Talia Darkthorn.
Mornings.
We have Ben as both Valdizian and Urt.
Evening.
We have Steph as Vienna.
Hello.
We have Reese as Blossom.
Hello.
And we have Aaron as Zandal.
Hello.
So before I get into recap, I'm assuming there is housekeeping announcements and that sort of stuff that people would like to do.
Yeah, so there's two things. First thing is we really apologise to anybody trying to watch us on Twitch. We use a piece of software called Restream, and it's been...
fine. It's working.
It's fine and working now, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Just a little bit of mess up at the beginning. Seems to be working now, but if you've got any issues...
10 minutes to catch up, but it's all good.
Yeah, if you've got any issues, you can always watch on YouTube. That's where our back catalogue is. So, yeah, there's that there. But also thank you to all of the tools that we normally use for setting up the stream and running our games. So DnD Beyond, Roll20, Sirenscape, all that good stuff. So, yeah, just keep making good tools so that we can enjoy our D&D games.
Indeed. So, quick recap from last session. The party having been called out by the Bone Claw and beginning a search for said creature, and it's now confirmed Master of Grifter, started checking a few different places of where Grifter could be, eventually finding him through the use of a scrying spell still at Wilmer's shop. Going there, they attempted to persuade him to talk, failed, then had to chase a bunch of illusionary grifters, whilst some decided to stay and wait and see if he came back to the shop. Zandal got taken out by the Bone Claw after going too far away on his own. The party then had to eventually track him down to Grifter's obvious hidey hole / lair in a abandoned warehouse. Once there, they engaged in an argument and tried to persuade Grifter. During this, Grifter eventually revealed that he had stolen the Amulet of Awakening, and it had actually begun possessing him, and he transformed into Emira, the original mage owner of the amulet. She then gave the party an ultimatum: turn around and leave, and nothing will happen, or stick around and I will have to deal with you. The party obviously chose to stick around. They then got plunged into magical darkness that they could not easily get rid of, and yeah, that was a long fight, long drawn out, nearly ended with the party TPKing. Probably the closest I've gotten to a TPK this campaign, except perhaps a dragon fight we had at one point.
That wasn't your fault, though.
It was
No,
my
that
fault.
one wasn't.
The dragon
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah. And then eventually managing to, through various persuasion checks and good combat skills, get through to Grifter and have him A, remove the necklace, and B, eventually he decided to... He did not have a change of heart. They hadn't been that persuasive, unfortunately. But he did drink something that put him into some form of enchanted half-life, so that the Bone Claw could not return, and he was suspended somewhere between life and death. And as the party were surrounding his comatose body and getting ready to pick him up and leave the warehouse, that is where we left off last time. That is where you are all at. Take it away.
I mean,
don't know about you, but I could do with a drink.
I could do with something a bit stronger.
That was my idea.
stronger than a drink.
Yeah,
Longer
sleep.
video.
A long sleep.
Let's I guess, leave him with Ragnar. It's probably the best place for him.
Is Ragnar there?
I don't know.
Nope.
Well, we've got to go to the
No,
palace and tell
I was
Boras
gonna
that
say,
we've
I'm
got the
pretty
bone claw
sure-
anyway, so let's go
Yeah,
to the
the
palace
last-
and ask him.
The last when you went to the Arcane Academy, you had been informed that Ragnar was away on business.
Where are we going to put him?
Just stick
Might
him in
have
the
to
book.
put him at the jigging
Have to
jester.
kill him, Val.
Take him to the jigging jester for now.
I was joking with that, but yeah.
Maybe in Seafold.
Is he going to take anything else?
Yeah, let's not
don't think
put
he's
him in a
taking
room
anything
with the
right
rest
now.
Well, yeah.
He's sleeping. Val,
We,
Pick him
we
up.
could.
pick him up. Let's go.
I've already got him!
Let's go then. Why are we standing here?
Okay. So you all turn and leave the warehouse. Like I say, the warehouse itself was fairly sparsely furnished. There was like a bed, what looked like a small chest, and a throne that had been made, but that was about it.
Actually,
Anything
whilst
you
we're
in the
walking,
chest.
Val
We
has
would.
the idea and says, instead of taking him back to the jigging jester, shall we see if we can leave him with Father Nicholas to look after him?
It needs to be protected. He can't just be out somewhere
That's what I thought of the.
with other little kids running around. Someone's going to trip and break his neck.
Fair point, well made.
He's completely defenseless. Like,
I think at some point we do need to let Father Nicholas know, as well as Vilma.
let's get him secure. We'll contact get Ert if she's not tapped out to send a message to Ragnar that we need his help as soon as he is available. Then maybe we'll go see Father Nicholas, let him know, and then we need to tell Boras what has happened.
Sounds like
Alright.
a plan.
Okay. So you all leave the warehouse, closing the rolling door behind you, and heading off through Grimhaven. Making your way through the dark and quiet streets, you eventually pass back into the Gateway District, moving along the now slightly more bustling streets, a bit more lively. Grimhaven was obviously the main area that the Boneclaw targeted, so it was a lot more subdued there. But now
As
you
we're
eventually...
walking through Grimhaven, can I be on the lookout for Adoniac Claw Gem?
Yep, go ahead, roll a perception check for me.
I'm going to use a dumb move for this one as well. So that's a 16.
16. Glancing around and sort of trying to keep an eye out, you don't see anything.
Okay.
She could have been destroyed anywhere over Grimhaven or around Grimhaven. You're uncertain.
Yeah.
As well as shiny gem in poor area of the town.
Yeah.
I know.
That's probably going to end up at a fencer's shop very quickly. I mean, I could ask around for you.
Oh,
But
uh,
Oh,
um,
Oh,
uh,
Might be
eventually-
worth putting a bounty on it, see if anyone turns it in. I mean, we do have quite a surplus of gold.
That is true.
Well, less of a surplus of gold than you did after you basically bought Wilma out.
Yeah.
Yes, you eventually make your way back to the Jigging Jester, opening the door and coming in, and you see that inside the only two left awake currently is Gunter and Rook. And Gunter looks up and goes, "Ah, welcome back. Why do you have the little one carrying in your arms?"
He was the master of the Boneclaw. He was also possessed by an evil summoning witch that summons like a lot of things. They stole stuff from the vault.
Gunter just looks at Rook. Rook just sort of goes, reaches under the bar and pulls out a big bottle, puts it down. Gunter just
Thank you,
grabs
darling.
it, uncorks it.
Wait, share it. I need a drink.
Why is it always you six? Huh?
We
Well,
had
this one
trouble.
wasn't us.
Yeah, blame
Yes, but
Xandel.
it's always you six who get involved.
I mean, we
Well,
were
it's
named
stand
protectors
by.
of
don't
Maham.
will, huh?
Yeah.
It was killing
cool.
children. We had to do something, Gunter.
And
I
you decided to get
understand.
involved with us after we, like, during the time when we got named protectors of Maham. So,
Hey,
I mean, we
you
pretty much
turned
got
up and
together
dropped
after
the passphrase.
assassination
That is
attempt.
not
so-
my problem. Okay. So, we have to possibly see about getting the vault a bit more secure. Is that what I'm hearing about that part of things?
Yeah.
Right? Not entirely sure how to do that. That's
Maybe
I will.
a separate plane of existence, if that's...
If you have the money to do that, please do so. I do not. I only get so much money from Baras to give you room and board.
Well, can we could start storing stuff on the boat, couldn't we?
True. Only us can get on the boat.
I mean, go ahead, feel free if that's the easiest way to do it. Okay, so next, what is with the little one? If he was the master of the bone claw, why is he here and where is the big beastie? I don't want that in my tavern.
Away, and then drank something that made him dead, but not dead. Like me, but asleep. I don't know.
Basically, while he's unconscious, the bone claw
It can't
doesn't
come back,
exist.
so it's subdued for now. But we need Ragnar, basically. But he's not here, so we have to wait till he gets back.
Okay, so not going to touch all of that with, 10-foot sticky pole. Nope, just that. Okay, that's fine. Just feel free to put him in one of the spare rooms. Rook, if you could take care of him, until this is all sorted, we will do something about this. For now, drinks. Yeah?
Yeah. Thanks.
And he gets out 7 shot glasses and fills them up and passes one to each of you and one to Rook and just keeps the bottle for himself.
I'll keep stealing the bottle from him. Share.
Fine. I am sharing. I've poured you all drinks.
Would you like to share?
Xandal.
Depends on what I'm sharing. Anyway.
Yeah, as
Xandal,
you
did-
turn around to look at me, I'm trying to sneak away with my drink because I know what's coming.
Grab you by the back of the shirt. You're sitting with us. You're not going alone.
Well, actually, I was about to say, Xandal, you might want to chat to Halise, because her and
Oh,
Grifter
shit.
were close.
Yeah.
Where is Elise anyway?
Probably
She's
in bed. Yeah, it's late.
I'll
Yeah, it's
talk
like-
to her.
It's like 11 o'clock at night at this point.
I haven't snuck up on her today. I'll talk to her, and then I'm gonna run off. Go
Wait.
find Elise.
Let
Too
me
late!
somewhere.
Oh, you're no fun.
You can sneak up on her. Don't stab her again, and we'll talk to her together.
I'll just pretend. And I'll open the door really quiet and sneak up to her.
Go ahead, roll a stealth check. Xandal as well, if you're taking part in this.
I'm just going to stand in the doorway out of the way.
Why did
I
you
know
do
my
this?
stealth isn't the greatest.
Okay. So you move into the room Halise has been using, and entering, you can see you've never been in Halise's room, and Xandal, you realize you haven't either for all the time she's been here. You can see there's a number of books. There's what looks like a few wardrobes, a nice wash basin, and Halise herself is currently tucked up in her bed. And as you ghost your way across the room, Talia, you move across to the bed, and you look down and you see Halise currently asleep.
And I'll lean down and kiss her on the forehead. I'm not going to hurt her. Not with the bad news we're about to deliver.
Okay, you kiss her on the forehead. She just sort of like,
Elise! Wake up.
she rolls over and you hear her mumble, "No, no, not now. Tell father I'll be there later."
And then I'll lean down to her and be like, "You're dead."
She sort of, her eyelids flutter a bit and she goes, "What?"
Your eyes, you silly girl.
She jolts upright and looks at you, then glances at the door, sees Xandal, and then quickly gathers up the covers and like holds them to her body. And she's like, "I'm in my bedroom."
So
We need to talk.
yeah, we have some bad news.
Okay. Do I have time to get dressed or?
I do step away from the door to grab that privacy.
Make yourself decent, but be quick.
Okay. She quickly ducks out of the bed and quickly goes off and starts collecting a few clothing items and getting
Get
dressed
down
quick.
on, woman. It's the middle of the night.
Okay. She grabs a large, fluffy sort of white gown and puts it on.
Now sit down.
She sits down on her bed.
Xandal, she's decent.
I come round the corner.
It's
Enter in the
about
room.
Grifter.
What about him? I think he was working tonight, wasn't he?
Not quite. You know the bone claw problem that we had,
I think I've heard you talking about it. Yeah.
and you know, like about how to get rid of one and the master and stuff, right?
Nope. I've only heard you guys talking about it in snippets. I don't really pay that much attention.
It's a nasty monster, and it latches onto someone, and then that someone can control it. And
Okay.
you know, the bone claw killed a lot of people, right?
I've heard again from hearing you talk and from rumors. Yeah.
Grifter was the one controlling it. And he may have also been possessed by a really evil witch.
Make a persuasion check.
15?
What? Okay.
I mean, surely you noticed he was
no,
acting a
what?
little odd, right?
Yeah, I noticed he was acting odd, but
Regardless, it was not
he was
himself.
just being a
He was
boy.
being controlled by an evil woman, and he's kind of dead, but not dead. He drank something. He's sleeping. He's alive, but he's not dead. It was the only way to stop the bone claw from coming back, and we have no idea if there's any way to wake him, cure him, or anything.
Where is he?
He's in one of the guest rooms. We can take you if you want to see him.
She gets up and just marches out the room and heads in the
I'll
direction.
quickly hurry with us.
We follow. Yeah.
Yeah. She goes in, and you see Rook by this point has gotten Grifter into the bed, tucked him in, made him comfortable, and Halise goes and just sort of looks. How long until you can fix this?
We don't know. Ragna's not here. We need someone with more magical knowledge than we possess to figure it out.
Well, until you can fix it, I'll make sure he's taken care of. I can add that in around my daily training.
Good.
How are you feeling about all this?
As Mother used to say, there's no use in tears when you can be useful. And you see she sort of sits down and starts smoothing out the bed sheets and just sort of busying herself occasionally, like doing little bits here and there to try and see if like she can make Grifter more comfortable.
Kind of crouch down next to her and kind of pull her into my arms and say, "We will fix this. All right?
I trust you. I know.
Keep him safe, okay?
Of course.
If you need to talk about anything, I know I can be a bit of a harsh teacher, but I am here for you, okay?"
She nods, and you do see just at the very corners of her eyes just little bits of tears that she's obviously trying to hold back.
Kind of hold her face and kind of wipe them with my thumbs and be like, "You're a good kid." And I'll ruffle her hair. "Come on, Sandal. Let's go
I'm
drink."
nearly
I'm gonna
18.
Say,
You're a child compared to me.
just gonna-
Now, let's go.
I'm going to stay with Halise for a bit. You go on ahead.
Right. Just don't go wandering off alone again, you idiot. And then I'll go back downstairs.
Was she?
She took it surprisingly well, but I think she's just putting on a brave face. She's
Not
going
that
to take
I'm
care of him. Well,
naturally suspicious or anything, but a good rogue would be able to perhaps steal an amulet.
Your
She,
point?
she wouldn't have had anything to do with it, would she?
I doubt it very much. She wouldn't have been able. She didn't have access to it.
Neither did Grifter.
The bone claw can literally disappear and reappear in places. We don't really have wards to protect against that sort of thing yet. I don't think she would do something that stupid. She knows better than that. She'd know I'd kick her ass if she did.
Like
And
I
I
said,
think she's a little bit scared of this.
just naturally suspicious.
Well, it's fair.
Val at this point has slammed down like a fourth shot, and
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
a little-
Gunter's just been keeping all the glasses topped up.
and he just like he feels very lightheaded, and he's just like, right, I think I've come up with a solution for this sandal problem.
Right.
Gunther, I know you're into a lot of weird and wonderful things. Can you procure a collar with some kind of bell?
I mean,
One moment, and he ducks into his shadow.
No. Those are my toys.
He comes back with a large leather spiked collar with a cowbell attached to it. No, this one's not yours. This one's from previous engagements.
I think that'll do. And just Val sat there smirking, waiting for Xandal to come down the stairs.
There's no way
And
we can-
Gunter comes over to you and goes, "Look, it's even got a combination lock on, so we can't even pick the lock on it. You have to know it's a combination."
He's an artificer. I think where there's a will, there's a way.
Get out.
We can give Finri the code.
Emily goes, "Do not worry. I will enforce the wearing of the collar."
Oh, she is brilliant, isn't she?
I am currently updating my protocols. The minute next time Xandal gets more than 30 feet away from another registered member of the party, I will tase him.
Oh, we were talking about adding a
Okay.
shock element to
I
the
feel
collar
like
as
we
well.
need to test this taser just to see if it works, right? Just this one.
Don't worry. Testing is planned and scheduled.
Poor Xandal.
So Fiona's not actually really drunk her drinks. She's actually just put it to one side and gone, I need to rest.
Yeah.
And I steal her drink.
And it's gone.
And it's gone.
The rogue, everyone.
Yes.
Rogue's got a rogue, man.
So yeah, with that, Fiona just literally stands up and bids everyone good night and goes.
You go and you make your way to your room and go to rest and meditate on what
With
has
my-
happened.
Very little HP that I have left.
I think my HP got reset when I leveled up.
Shouldn't
Mine
have done,
didn't.
but you
Mine
you
didn't.
didn't
I
take
think I was
much
full
damage.
health. I don't think I took any damage that fight.
Yeah, you did the
It's
smart
kind of-
thing and hung back in the light and didn't like go near
Yeah.
the edges.
There wasn't really much I could do without seeing anything. So
Yeah, that's why you weren't a priority target.
I mean, they didn't stop Blossom.
No.
Yeah.
Blossom had a full-on Leroy Jenkins.
Mm.
Leroy.
I don't care about Berserk. I'm just gonna run in there.
Mm. I do regenerate up to half, so even if I'm not resting, then I'm all right.
Yeah,
Regenerate.
I have had my health,
max.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
lowered.
but I do need to rest. Is that just until rest?
Yeah,
or...
that's just until a long rest is achieved. Yeah, that'll be reset then.
Xandal, have you come downstairs yet?
No, I'm still conversing with police. Just discussing some
Gotta
ideas.
sit in
Fine.
Gunther's lap and steal the bottle and swig from it.
Gunter just shakes his head, reaches behind the bar, and gets a second bottle for himself.
Too right.
How are you
Good
feeling?
night. I'm okay. Bit worried about Wilma, and everything, but
What's the point? I
I'm
haven't
sure she's
seen
all
Wilma.
right.
You got any messages left?
If I say I have no control over the spell slots.
Does it have any messages left?
It's
How many
doubtful. I'm
spell
trying to get the
slots
sheet
do they have?
working.
I think she used everything, didn't she?
I
think
we're
she was-
mostly
I think she
tapped
was
out.
pretty
I think-
tapped. Yeah.
Yes. I think everyone used everything they had. It's like ultimate survival.
Is
Well,
Queenie out or is Queenie dead? I think she got
Queenie's
bounced
dead,
out.
you need to
Yeah, I
resummon
need
her.
to I'll take 10 minutes to
Yeah.
resummon my raven.
She could upcast to 6th level to do ascending spell. That's like her next spell slot that
Yeah,
she's
well,
got.
we're going to sleep next anyway, so yeah. Art, could you message Ragnavale, tell him there's been a situation, and to meet us at the Jigging Jester when he is as soon as he is available.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll tell him it's to do
You,
with
wa- you watch as she goes through the casting and then goes, Ragnaman. Bone Claw situation tricky. Need assistance. Please meet us as soon as possible. Your door is rude.
Forgot about the door. Yeah, it was rude, wasn't it? Sarky
She
bastard.
waits a few moments and then goes, Ragnaman says, okay, we'll organize him to come here as soon as he can, and will then also take us to update Barras.
Sweet.
Okay. So as you all eventually wind down from the adrenaline high of combat, you all then make your way to your own respective rooms, going to rests and recovery of your energy and wounds. The next day dawns and you've all completed a long rest.
Woo!
Shit, where's long rest gone? Where's the rest button? Oh, no. Where is the rest button gone?
Right at the top, there's Beyond 20, share, short
Ah,
rest.
I'm just staring at it. It just, you know, like when you just stare at something and your brain just doesn't register what you're looking at.
Yeah,
So,
I do that all the time. Yeah.
I'm like, where's the long rest button?
White noise.
Literally, I was just like, what? I stared
And-
at the long rest and short rest for like, just not registering it at all.
Need
As-
long rest IRL.
Yeah.
As you awake, Talia,
Uh-oh.
I need you to roll me a. You're always passively watching, aren't you? Because of your.
21 passive perception now,
Always watching, Armatae.
Always
watching.
Though you've been passively watching the whole night, as you come to full consciousness and sort of stretch, you turn your head towards a nightstand that you hadn't had in your view, and you see a small parcel and a note.
baby. Inspect the parcel for traps.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
I'm not the only one who's naturally suspicious.
Don't
gotta
be a
cross
mimic.
the
Don't
line.
be a mimic.
17.
It is not trapped.
Cool. I will read the note first.
You open it up and you see it is written in a style of thieves' cant. It takes you a few moments to get the gist, but you eventually figure out through the roundabout writing and coding. It reads, "The underground is grateful." Signed, The Silver Drill.
And then I open the box.
And so you open the box and look inside. You see within 5 greater healing potions.
Wait. Divvy those out in a minute. Pop them in my inventory, my magical inventory. That the amount of shit that we
Yep.
actually have in our inventory would literally be impossible to carry on a person. But hey,
That's why you have a magic.
Yeah. And I'll,
Oh yeah. Also,
Oh.
at the very bottom of the parcel
Hmm.
is a another note atop
Oh.
a figurine, and it goes, "I expected better of adventurers. You should have investigated a bit better of his surroundings. We kept most things for ourselves, but thought you might find this useful."
Oh, because we didn't loot the place afterwards, did we?
Well, to be fair, I did actually say what's in the chest, but everyone was like, "No, let's go." I was
Alright,
like,
so
"Oh,
what's
okay."
what's the figurine? What we got?
You just
We have
found it.
another dinosaur figurine.
Could be. Oh God, did we use that? Do we still have that?
What dinosaur figurine?
We have like a figurine that turns into a freaking dinosaur or some shit.
No, that was different. That was the heist. Heist at Sly Manor.
Practice.
Yeah, I was going to say.
They all bleed into
Uh,
one.
It is a small purple gem statuette depicting an alpaca with side pouches.
Oh my god. Is it like a beast of burden? It's an alpaca? I love alpacas. Okay, cool.
It's just this little gem statuette, like amethyst statuette, of this intricately carved alpaca with side pouches, reins, and a harness.
Mm.
You can tell it's magical, but you are unaware currently what it does.
Get Sandal to look at it later. And then I'll poke Gunter. Gunter!
As you go to poke Gunter, you realize Gunter is comatose. He is drooling, he is disheveled, and he has an empty bottle next to him.
You're gonna bite him.
You bite him, he does not rouse.
Or like kind of slap him on the face. Gunter, darling, wake up!
No.
Gunter!
What? Oh, hello.
You know that the underground snuck into our room last night, right?
Did I miss a party?
Oh, you are the party, darling. Go back to sleep.
Okay.
Are you sure
Good
that's
enough.
Gunter?
Tasted like Gunter.
Mm.
Got him! Got him!
Hang on. No. Now you've got to roll a perception check to see if you know what Gunter tastes like.
Okay. 30.
30, yeah, tastes like Gunter.
Tastes like Gunter, it's Gunter. Okay, cool. I will go and look for Zandal because I want to know what that statue does.
Okay. So you head through, and I'm assuming Zandal's still in his room.
Or did he fall asleep with Helly's? You muted
You're
me.
muted.
Mute.
Sorry. He'd be in the workshop. Sorry.
Okay,
Yep.
I'll head to the warehouse.
When you enter, he's working on the large drilling machine.
As you enter, Zandal is working on the large drilling machine, wearing a collar, whilst Emily stands over him with a sparking hand. As the minute Zandal entered the workshop, he had words with Emily the night before.
I will have gone with her with the collar in hand. Just be like, yeah. As soon as we can put some magic on here to locate you at all times, we're going to add that to it too.
I'm gonna walk up behind Zandal, lean down to his ear, and be like, "That's a big drill you have there."
Okay, but I don't need the book going off in my head either.
I've got a present, and I want to know what it does. Look, and then I'll show him the statue. Any ideas?
I will cast Identify on it.
Okay. You cast Identify, and you find out this is a figurine of wondrous power, the Amethyst Alpaca. Once per day, as an action, a creature can speak the command phrase, Alakapaka, and place the figurine down on the ground.
I feel like that's a bit dangerous. Calling it that word.
Why?
Because it sounds a bit like. I'm gonna type it to you because I am not.
It
saying
sounds like alpaca. I don't.
I think the word's fine.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
It does not. And
Well, I'm not the other here.
You say the command word and place the figurine down on the ground. It then turns into a full-sized purple alpaca with 2 large saddlebags and remains as such for 12 hours before returning to its statuette form. The alpaca's left saddlebag acts as a bag of holding, and items stored in it are also safely stored there while the alpaca is in statuette form. The right saddlebag contains everything needed to set up a comfortable camp suited for the current environment that magically sets itself up and takes itself down when the bag is opened or closed.
That's really useful. Definitely going to keep that. Oh, here's a greater healing potion as well. We have 5 of them. I need to give the others one as well, so you can add that to your inventory. Let me just add one to myself.
Adding
If
the
I add them
Amethyst
all-
Alpaca to everyone's journal.
Oh, for God's sake. D&D Beyond. Greater. No. Potion. Oh, here we go.
It's potion of healing brackets greater.
Yeah, and then if I add... Okay, I've added one. Where the fuck have they gone? And then change that quantity to 4, because I've given Sandal one. That way I can keep track when I give it to other people. Val, are you in here?
No, I went in during the night
Okay, cool.
give him his collar.
I'll divvy them out as us. So, what you working on, Sandal?
The drilling machine.
4?
I intend to go back to River Run at some point and deal with this desolation.
You sure Daddy's going to let you? He was pretty pissed the last time.
I have the letter that basically wants me to come back anyway, doesn't he? Because
Yeah,
No,
because
my
you're
brother-
You're
you're
like, oh,
friend
it doesn't matter.
apparently
You can't do it with
stoned.
anything else, kind of thing.
Yeah, because my brother and
Miss Polly.
Polly are currently stoned.
Is there what?
They're stone.
Oh,
They've been
shit.
turned to stone.
Yes. Haslick
Oh, how?
stone protecting against the slab.
I'm sorry, what?
My wording wasn't clear enough, and Haslick did the shortest possible route to protect
So just
people
Facebook.
that I care for.
I've told you so many times not to trust Haslick, and you still talk to him. Though I'm not going to admit
It
he
provides
did have a
insight.
clutch last night. Not going to lie.
You hear in your head, Sandal. Yes, come on. I deserve some respect for some of my actions the previous evening. I saved your life a few times, and theirs on occasion. I deserve a bit more trust than I'm being shown here. Then again, maybe I don't, but still.
Right,
Yeah, I'm figuring out a way for you to tell them yourself so that I'm not just the messenger in the middle.
Oh, I could probably do that quite easily, but it's more fun to let you, try.
Sizzling going on in the background.
She's in the hot plate.
Oh yeah, I'm still pissed at that.
Hot cheese, hot cheese. You then hear another voice. Is that cheese ready yet? No, Amira, it's not ready yet. You go away.
Oh man, you've got a married couple in your head.
Evil
I
married
pretty
couple.
well have.
Yeah.
Evil married couple that have access to the book that it's in head as well.
Oh god, no! How do I have access to that? Have already confirmed that.
May I point out?
Through the book. I'll bet you he's
May I point out?
He wrote
Haslick has in the
about it.
past stated he is gay.
Uh,
I mean, she can change shape, just saying.
Oh god.
Anyway, I've got potions
Anyway.
to be out, so I'm going to go find Vienna next. Vienna! Special delivery!
so Fiona's in a room, but she basically got into a room and just like face planted the bed, and
Yeah.
she'd not moved since, sort of thing. So she kind of hears Talia calling, and she like slowly gets out of bed and she starts stretching, and all the bones seem to like crack back into place.
Oh, Walking Dead. Hey, I'm the Walking Dead. Why are you creaking? I'm the dead one.
Last night I felt a little bit
Don't know if you
near,
heard
near
any of
it.
that.
Yeah.
Well, I got a lovely visit from the underground, so here's a potion. They were very
Oh.
grateful that we dealt with the bungle. Well, kind of.
Well,
Have a potion.
that's
It's great
handy
for healing.
to actually replace what I used.
Yep. Any idea where Blossom went?
Uh,
I've gone to bed.
yeah, I think
I think
haven't
first
heard-
I would have made a note, but we'll get to that.
I haven't heard many stirs, so I assume Blossom is still in bed. With that, like, more creaking, cracking, and it's like, right, breakfast.
I have got 2 more potions to divvy out. I will go and grab Val.
Okay, so you then head to Val's room, I'm guessing.
Knock, 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 knock.
Oh.
Oh my god, everyone's The Walking Dead this morning.
We
Oh,
nearly
no.
died.
Val, are you decent? I know you sleep naked. Val,
What?
put some gloves on. I have a present for you.
I slip on some
I
bottoms.
mean, you could stay naked. I don't mind.
I just slip on some bottoms and I'm just there holding my head.
Did we drink too much last night? Can your little dragonborn not handle his liquor?
I think it was the combination of the liquor and having 8 hit points left.
Ooh.
I was a little
I
battered.
was on 9. So I was in the same boat.
I feel fine. Here, we had a little present from the underground. Here's a potion of greater healing.
And they snuck past you.
They're the underground, darling. They're like, they've been thieves for way longer than me.
You seen Xandal? Does he look good in his collar?
Yeah, kind of cute. What's up with that?
Didn't think it would suit him, but
I was kind of surprised that you managed to get it together so quickly.
well, Gunther,
Ah, true.
his cupboard.
Oh, yeah. I meant more getting him to wear it. But
Didn't really have a
Emily.
choice between me and Emily. She had the taser out.
Oh, I wish I had seen it. That would have been funny.
Yeah, I could just imagine last night was just like I was pinned there between Emily, Sam, and Val, like as they're jamming this collar around.
I don't know what.
And Hacker probably held you down.
Probably like,
Yeah,
oh, this
it's
is
probably
such
the
a
most-
bother.
No, it's probably the most excited he's been about anything in his short existence.
Well,
Just absolutely causing mayhem.
Right, well, meet you downstairs. I got to go and deliver a potion to Blossom.
okay,
And
see
then
you in a
I'll
minute.
run to Blossom's room.
Okay.
Knock, knock. Blossom!
Yeah, I'll get the door. I'll probably already be up. I'll have been writing a letter, or whatever means I have of communicating with the blood hunters to see
With
what
the Claret order.
Yeah.
The order of the Lycan, yeah. So you know you've got like a stone that you can send reports in on. You got that ages and ages ago. It's only a one-way thing. It was a two-way thing, but it doesn't. It only works with written words and only to the order of the Lycan. Because you've got, if I seem to remember, before going off to fight Voda-Woed, you got a missive from them about bounties for aquatic creatures
Yeah.
for hunting. So yeah, you're able to use some blood magic to send a report back to them.
Yeah. And just ask what they know about detaching a bone claw.
Right. Yeah. So you write that out and send that off. You not entirely certain how long it'll take for a response.
Yeah, it's just to get it out as fast as possible, and then as soon as they can reply, then we'll get
Yeah.
something. But yeah, I'll get the door.
You're up early. I wasn't expecting to find you dressed. Everyone else has been like, ugh, zombies.
Being what I am has its advantages. Makes recovering quite easy.
Fair enough. Anyway, we had a visit from the underground and they gave us some potions. I have a potion of greater healing.
Thank you.
There you go. Okay, that's it. They only gave us 5, even though there's 6 of us. The Earth can heal anyway, so he doesn't need potions, right?
Anyway, we're meeting downstairs for ale, and then hopefully, I don't know what we're going to do actually. Probably go to see Father Nicholas, probably, and then come back to the Chicken Jester and hope that by that point maybe Arachna will be back. Then we can go talk to Barras once he looks at the grifter.
So you all convene downstairs. is missing.
Probably gone
when
talking to Wilma.
About to say, when you go to check her room, she's not there, and Rook informs you that he saw her leave the Jigging Jester earlier on. So you would assume she's probably gone to check on Wilma. But Rook. Yeah.
Before I come down with the drilling machine, could I be attaching like miniature versions of the vacuum chamber onto it?
Yep. So yeah, you've already designed that.
It's an almost complete project. It's just finalising various different things. Isn't it?
Yeah. So the miniaturization of the vacuum chambers would be something you'd be fairly able to do. Attaching them to the drill in such a way that they're going to be able to do what you want. That's what I'm going to ask you to roll an intelligence check now for.
Yeah. Okay.
6. You're having a bit of trouble. There's the problem of if you the easiest way to get them on would be to put them on the outside of the casing. However, they're fragile. And with a drill, obviously, rocks get knocked up, things go like that, and if one of them smashes, it's going to defeat the whole object. Putting them inboard, there's no space. You can't find any spare space within the actual mechanisms itself. So this is either going to require a whole restructure of the drill, or some kind of innovative solution that is currently eluding you.
Yeah. I'll eventually make my way down.
Yeah.
Before I come down, actually, I'm just going to order Emily to enact protocol recharge, and then just cut through the leather of the collar.
As she goes into recharge, and as you go to start cutting into the lever, you hear override activated, authorization Finri. What do you think you're doing, Xandal?
Getting rid of the bell that makes me less sneaky than I already am.
You hear the taser begin to charge up.
He is going to get us killed with that bell, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like,
Still fun for the moment.
I just look at Emily and I'm like, worth it. Cut.
Okay, Emily is going to make a taser strike.
It's a nat 20.
That is not a nat 20, it's something like a 20. It's over 20. It was a 17, and I think she's got a +5. So
she does, because she went up with my level up, so...
Yeah, so she definitely hits, and that's going to be 10 lightning damage.
Yeah, that's fine.
As she zaps you, and yeah, she just looks at you and goes, I will be talking to Finri. You will be designing some form of location device for yourself. This is not optional.
Yeah, I imagine you're not the only one going to be talking to her. So I pick up the remains of the collar and walk downstairs and just drop it on the table.
Yep. And as Xandal comes down, you see him come down with his hair all standing on end and a burnt hand mark on his cheek.
So Fiona's actually sat at the table and she's actually crocheting. And she just glances up. She's like, looks at him up and down, looks at the collar and said, told you it wouldn't last long. And carries on crocheting.
It's at this point, Ambon approaches the table with your normal morning food, looks at the collar, looks between Val and Xandal, and just goes, I don't want to know, and walks away.
Xandal, that was a gift. I was just playing well into this now.
Oh dear, dear.
No, that's less of a gift and more of a statement.
I don't know. I thought it suits you.
I just blink.
Now, here's the question: would you do the same if Finri gave it to you?
I'm just waggling my eyebrows aggressively.
I just
Not
disappear into my food,
If
going
Finn-
bright red.
If Finri said, I think this looks good on you, I bought you as a gift coming back from wherever, please put it on, Xandal.
I'm literally just buried in my food, bright red. Because I can guarantee the book's going crazy in my bloody head.
Roll a intelligence saving throw, Xandal.
Fail, fail, fail.
23.
23. You begin to see flashes from the book, and you quickly mentally fortify yourself and push it back. But before you do hear Hazlitt comment, well, that's not a position I've seen before.
When did you get access?
It was at the forefront of your mind. Of course I'm going to see it.
Just hide.
You all enjoy your usual morning breakfast and ales, and the morning begins to grow more and more bright as the day begins to go into motion outside. You hear the moving of carts and people moving around. And eventually Ert returns, looking a lot more happy as she comes in and goes, Wilma is okay. Upset about Grifter. Says she will check over any items if she wants us to. And says she's really sorry she didn't notice anything.
Might be a good idea for her to check her stock,
Yeah,
generally.
just in case she gives it to anyone else.
Hmm.
As she was doing that, she's shut the shop and is going to do an inventory and a check through of everything.
Probably best. Who knows? Maybe
Do
she'll.
you believe we should hand over anything that she's given us while Grifter's been under employ? Maybe like these brooches things? Because technically we aren't aware of tampering. That was
No.
information given.
I told you out of campaign, yeah, out of play.
Mm.
Probably wise to get her to look at them, to be honest.
How do we do that check on 90% of Vienna's goods?
That was
that
with
was
a
the
remove
remove
curse.
curse, yeah. That was the remove curse, and then half her shit fell off of her. She pretty much had all cursed items.
I had all of
She,
them.
she
Oh,
became an anime
necklace,
pro
though.
tag where she just literally moves around the room quicker than
Yeah.
light.
She had some of my better cursed items and never used them, so I
That
never got to
necklace.
activate the curses.
Naturally
That next
suspicious.
Mega sus. Oh dear. Right, well, we should probably hurry to let Nicholas know about Grifter. We need to be back here ready for when Ragnar gets back.
Can we do concurrent activities? Because I'm happy to go down to Father Nicholas on my Todd, or as one or two of us.
But
I can always go to Wilma's with the gear and
Yeah.
hand it over to get checked out.
And somebody needs to stay here in case Ragnarvale turns up.
I'll stay. I don't mind staying. I'm going to check on Gunter. He was looking pretty rough this morning.
Okay.
I
So,
don't really know
you
what
all-
to do with myself. Anyone want any company?
I always want your
Welcome to come
company,
with.
Diana.
You were the least likely to shout at me for yesterday, so you can come with me if you want.
All right.
I'll tag along with
Someone's
Val.
got to witness the shouting.
So, you all go about your various errands. Val, you walk with the other three as they head towards Wilma's, splitting off as they get to the
I
courtyard.
think
as
Blossom
you
said
head.
they're coming with me as well.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I thought Blossom said they were going with those two. Sorry. So Blossom and Val, you split off from them as you continue along the main road through the Gateway District towards the gate to Grimhaven. Xandal and Vienna, as you reach Wilma's shop, you do see that it does have a closed sign up and a note stuck in the window saying that it is closed for basically stock checking.
Yeah, we'll knock on the door.
Okay. A couple of minutes pass, and then you see the door open and Wilma's head poke out, a little frazzled and little bedheaded, and she looks up and goes, "Oh, well, hello. I heard everything from Ert. Are you all right?"
Yeah, we thought it might be wise for anything that you'd given us or we bought during the time that Grifter was with you. We could help you maybe look it over and get it all checked out, make sure there's nothing attached to it. We heard that you were having issues with some of your stuff.
Going to be paused for a bit. Did you want to feed the cats?
All right. Yes. Come in. And she opens the door and lets you in, and you see Wilma's shop is. Vienna, you're the only one. No, you wouldn't have seen it in the disarray it was when it first. No, neither of you know what Wilma's shop originally looked like with all the dust and the disarray and the loads of stuff on
No.
shelves and.
That was Rawin. So yeah.
So you see it a bit. It's a bit messier than usual. Stuff's been pulled off shelves and put in piles and doesn't look quite as neat and as commercial-like as usual. And she lets you in and take.
Correctly, I think Rawin cleaned it up for her.
Yeah, you used a lot of prestidigitation.
Yeah.
But yeah, she takes you round the back of the counter and into that sort of storeroom / workshop space she has out the back. And she goes, right, so I believe the items would be those, the glyph pendants, the death ward pendants, the equalizer, and the creative crochet hook. Although I created that well, and the equalizer he never would have had a chance to get his hands on. In fact, the only thing he would have had any chance to get near would have been those brooches. But I'll check everything over if you want. Just put it down here on the table.
There's also the throne. The throne
yeah.
Recently.
The portable throne, yeah.
Yeah. We'll put everything down that's been handed over.
Yeah.
And I will offer to help as best I can. I might not be up to her standards, but help organise.
You see, as she doesn't do anything like identify. What she does is she sort of like starts like tracing runes on this table, and you see on the items, and this now gives you a much more better appreciation of what enchanted items actually are, as you see all over. Like, she starts with like the equalizer, and you just see hundreds of thousands of tiny inscribed runes light up, and they're like overlapping each other and overlaying each other, but you can see, Xandal, that they're placed in such harmony that you can easily pick out each rune. They're not covering each other. It's done perfectly, and you can tell that this is a masterwork of enchanting. Like, the amount of time and effort that went into this would have been weeks, months of solid work. As she sort of picks through the runes and like adjusts them and expands them and looks at them and eventually goes, "All right, that's exactly as it should be. Nothing hiding in there." Okay. She then moves on to the crochet hook, and again, runes light up less than with the equalizer, and she again goes through them. Okay, all good. The portable throne, this one, only a few runes appear, and she just quickly goes through it and goes, "Yep, that one's fine." Okay, and then she gets to the brooches, and she puts one down, and you see all the runes appear, and all of her runes have been in this sort of light pink. And then you see, slap bang in the middle of it, a series of green runes, and she goes, "Those shouldn't be there." She sort of like moves them around. Okay, I take it none of you wore these last night?
We wore them, we never used them.
Good. If you'd used them, then she could have said a command word and paralyzed you. So...
Thank goodness for that.
I'll be able to take that out, although it looks like it was locked to her. So these should be safe now. But if you still want that bit of enchantment removing, I can. It's just going to take me a little bit.
Safe, yes.
Yeah.
All right. give me a day or two, and I'll have that removed from them. All right.
While Wilma was doing her sorting out and checking the things, Vienna just purely out of boredom actually starts dusting down some of the shelves.
Yep. And she sort of looks and goes, "Oh, thank you. I'm gonna have to find a new helper now that Grifter's as he is. It's a shame. He was actually a good student and a good helper."
He may
Yeah,
still
seemed
yet
pretty
be.
good. Yeah, he seemed pretty good at anything he put his hand to. He was training with to be a rogue alongside Police and Talia, wasn't he, initially?
He said he joined in the training sessions, but it wasn't what he was aiming for.
Yeah. Well, he seemed, for a little dot, he seemed pretty good at what he did. So,
Well, fingers crossed we can figure out something for him. But yes, I'll start working on these. Please, obviously, look after Grifter and give everyone my well wishes. And if there's anything I can do, just let me know. All right?
of course, thank you for looking over these for us, and we'll help out where we can. Might I just say, your rune writing is far beyond anything I've ever seen.
As you say that, you can hear in the back of your mind Haslick scribbling and taking notes.
Look at my picture. Look at it. It's better.
Wait, what about mine?
But more along the lines of Haslick thinks this is impressive and is taking notes on it.
Right.
Yeah. And we walk out.
She
Bless you.
bless you.
Apologies.
She sees you out and then closes the door behind you and goes back to her work. Meanwhile, Val and Blossom, you make your way down into Grimhaven, and again, the area is still feeling very subdued. The news of the Boneclaw's defeat, kind of, hasn't really spread yet, so people are still being very much not leaving their homes and very wary and not taking unnecessary risks. But
Blossom.
weaving your way.
Sorry, I was making some conversation as we're going down.
Yeah.
Blossom, do you think other adventuring groups are as lucky as us?
If they are, they'd have to be pretty skilled not to.
There's got to
We
be
do get into
loads
a
and
lot of
loads.
trouble.
Yeah, there's like adventuring guilds, and there's like, we know about the underground and like all those people. They seem to be fine, whereas we tend to gravitate all the trouble.
I think they tend to keep to their own kind of home turf.
Fair. Oh well. I suppose it keeps life exciting.
That's one word for it.
I keep going through Grimhaven.
Yep. And you eventually come to that open clearing with the arms house in it, and you see again children running around and playing in the small gardens. You can see monks tending to a vegetable plot nearby, and you see sat at the front door on a stool, just sort of taking in the morning sun, is Father Nicholas.
There's still bags of rice everywhere.
No, you would assume they're probably inside in the kitchen.
Fair one. I'll just walk up and just be like, "Morning, Father."
Ah, Valdizian, welcome. What brings you back so soon?
Can we talk in private?
Sort of looks up at you and shrewdly looks at you. I sense this is bad news. Let's go to my office. And he gets up and guides you into the arms house to a side door and opens it. And inside is a Spartan but functional office. You can see there's a desk, a couple of chairs, some bookcases, some scroll cases, but nothing fancy. As he moves around behind the desk and sits down, beckons for you both to take the seats in front.
Sit down.
So, one does not come so early in the morning for a simple visit and then ask to speak in private when it is not bad news.
It is a mix.
Mm.
There is the news that I potentially want put round Grimhaven, which is the Bone Claw should no longer be causing a problem.
That is good news, but it sounds like it is linked to bad news, so I will allow you to continue and make my judgment then.
So, we discovered who the master of the Bone Claw was, and unfortunately it was Grifter.
I had a thought, but I did not wish it to be true.
Now, Grifter isn't dead. I want to stress that he is not dead.
I would hope so. If he had been dead, I would hope you would have brought his body to me for the last rites, or at least to the Raven's roost for such things.
I mean, a lot of what has happened in the last 12 hours, so it's...
And respect for the dead is paramount before rest for the living.
Fair point, well made. Grifter was not himself. Something had latched onto him and was manipulating him. And as such, the Bone Claw was also thusly manipulated. We managed to get through to him through our words and our actions last night. However, he took it upon himself to take some kind of liquid, which has put him in a status somewhere between life and death. He is just sleeping now.
I could sense darkness in him. I assumed from his previous home life. I had hoped that coming here and meeting you, it would help heal those wounds, but with such things latching onto him, they must have taken advantage of such things. He was but a boy. I know that you will do your best, all of you, you and your companions, to assist him. When he is returned, he will be welcomed back here with open arms. We will not judge him.
And that's all I can hope for, because outside of that manipulation, everybody that had interacted with him, come in contact with him, had wonderful things to say. He tried really
Indeed.
hard to do the right stuff, and actually in the end he succeeded in doing what had to be done, which was a hard decision for him. So that's why I don't want his name to be besmirched, but also at the moment I don't want people talking about his death or linking him to the Bone Claw. If we can just
That is...
keep people calm by saying that the Bone Claw is at bay, that's probably the best news that we can give people right now.
that we can do.
Outside of that, are you still good for provisions? Is everything still coming through okay?
He just looks at you and where it goes, I thought you didn't know anything about our new situation with extra provisions, Valdizian.
I just know that you're getting extra provisions. You told me that. I just want to know whether they stopped or not.
He narrows his eyes at you, and you can see he sees right through you.
Tries to keep a straight face.
We are fine for now. The improvements in Grimhaven are allowing us to grow a stronger foothold in the community, and we are gaining more donations and help where we need it, whilst also helping others as we always have.
I say Armatae always tried to do their best for Maham. It's become our home, so if you need anything at all from us, we'll try and do our best.
Thank you. We will let you know if we need anything. But we understand that you are busy people, and that you have your own needs as well. Please do not forget to take care of yourselves before you try to take care of others. No one needs a hero who exhausts themselves and dies from helping.
I think a lot of us have learned that lesson last night, to be fair, but
Indeed.
I just shoot a look at Blossom.
And on that note, I won't keep you two. I assume you have other meetings to attend to and people to talk to. I will keep my ear to the ground and see if I can hear anything, but I doubt anyone around here will know of any ways to help Grifter or yourselves in this situation.
That's fine. I mean, pre-warning of anything, if there's any kind of situation that's arising that we're not aware of, because messages don't always get to us. It's always valuable information. Cannot make good decisions without good information, after all.
Nothing that I can think of at the moment. No. Everything around here is fine, other than the repercussions of the Bone Claw. But with that at bay, hopefully Baras's initiatives will pick up again and Grimhaven will continue to go from strength to strength.
Arthur, thank you for your time. Have a great day.
And you. May Triferian watch over you.
You. I give a little bit of a bow and get ready to get up and go out.
Yeah. Okay. He sees you both out and then goes and returns to his seat in the sunlight. You hear him sort of groan as he sits down and goes, the light is good for these old bones. And you make your way back to the Jigging Jester. Eventually, all arriving back, you find Talia with now a very hungover Gunter sat at the bar.
Just petting his head, looking after him.
He's just drinking water carefully and just wincing every now and then.
Maybe you're getting old, darling.
Do you know that what would really help that, Gunter?
What?
Really fatty foods. Breakfast. Big plate of fatty food.
Right.
Dripping with-
999. And you just watch as he just
Dripping with-
he drops into his shadow and just vanishes.
Oh, get off, Fiona. I was enjoying looking after him.
I've got to have a little enjoyment every so often too. Stickers.
About 5 minutes after everyone returns, the door opens and you see Ragnar come striding in. And he looks around. His eyes lock onto you, Xandal. And he goes, "What did you do?"
You're on mute.
You're on mute.
Play the hero.
What? What? I didn't do
I'm sorry. I don't know whether you actually did anything. It's just easier to assume these days, if I'm
I mean,
honest.
he ran off by himself, trying to be a hero, which was pretty stupid, so your suspicions were correct.
Was that true, Xandal?
Yeah.
He then turns back to the door and goes, "You heard that right?" And you watch as Finri comes round the door jam. Her arms crossed under her bosom.
I'm almost hiding under the table at this point.
Fiona's like, "Oh, this is exciting." Take a
And
seat.
Ragnar's just got the biggest grin on his face. And Finri, just dressed in a nice summery dress, just comes strolling over, reaches under the table, plucks you out, Xandal, holding you up to her face and goes, "Xandal,
Yes.
I think we need to have a talk."
I mean, he only
Excuse me,
technically
everyone.
died 3 times, so...
The grip on your throat
Don't
becomes
make
harder.
it
It's fun to make it worse.
Especially when it's
Lovely
true.
to see you all. Sorry for what happened last night and that I wasn't available. By the way, one of you owes my father a new door.
I'm
Who
trying
was
to
that?
remember who did that to the door.
That would be you, darling. You kicked in the door.
How much?
Oh, it was made by artisans and made from wood on our own orchards. Roughly
I'm not buying a
100 gold.
pretentious overage door.
I'm kidding. It's about 5 gold.
Good. Here you go. And I'll give her 5
Thank
gold.
you. Thank you. Now, if you'll excuse me, me and my fiance have some conversation to have. And she drags you off upstairs, Sandal.
In the meantime, I'm
It's not
assuming
what-
Rachner, you will
He'll be wanting to know what happened.
he'll be wanting to know what's gone on. So
Yes, if
Shall
you could
we,
please fill me
go-
in.
Let's go to the guest room so you can see for yourself.
yeah, actually, it's probably best not to talk in the middle of the whole
In the middle of the tavern, yeah.
tavern. So
Yes.
follow us.
That's
And-
upstairs.
we'll
Yep, you
talk
guide-
on the way.
You guide him up to the guest room where Grifter is resting. As you go, you pass underneath the workshop and you hear raised voices through the floor. Well, one raised voice and one pitiful whimper. We'll get to that in a bit.
As we pass the workshop, do I see the collar that's been cut?
It's no, you're under the workshop.
Okay.
The
Sorry.
Wilhelms. So the guest rooms are on the second floor. Your quarters are on the
Even my
third.
birds are finding this hilarious. Sorry, I'll mute.
Sorry. But you guide him to the room with Grifter, and he enters, and you see Halise is not currently there, but you see that there's a bunch of flowers been put in a vase. The windows have been opened. A fresh breeze has been let in. Grifter's clothes haven't been changed, but they have been sort of smoothed out and sorted, and a fresh change of clothes is ready. Rachner looks down at him and goes, "One moment," and you watch as he mutters, casts a number of spells, and then goes, "I see. So, what exactly are you wanting me to try and do here?"
Well, he's the master of the Bonclaw, and
Yes,
The
yes, you
Bonclaw
filled me
is
on that on the way
not
here.
here, so
We walked and
do
talked.
that.
If you can't undo it, at least give us some information on how to. potentially-
Wow.
It's like a car
So-
squeaking, like.
It sounds like my car when I start it in the morning. It's like that fan belt noise.
They're not even at their worst, honestly.
Blimey, that's the loudest they've ever
Sometimes I'm
been.
like, can you take a breath, please?
Rachner sort of kneads his temples and goes, "I am not a potioneer, so I cannot do anything about the potion. That is beyond my capabilities. The bone claw, if it was in the first week of the binding, I may have been able to do something. By this point, and with what this Emira did to strengthen it, this is beyond even the realms of my magic. For the potion, you need to find a skilled potioneer, potentially. For the bone claw, I hate to have to admit it, but you're going to have to turn to the divine. This is not something I, or any mortal magic user that I know of, is going to be able to do much about. From what I can tell, this Emira was such a good transmuter, she began transmuting the boy's soul. That is not something I did not think it was possible. But considering this is apparently a mage who was born thousands of years ago and has knowledge of magic lost to time, I'm going to believe that it is now. Fortunately, she hadn't gotten very far, but one bit she did do was solidify the anchor for the bone claw. This is
Well, I'm no divine talker, so
I mean, the goddess may not have said anything directly, but you could maybe go and ask the clerics. They may know more. They may know of someone who can do more. Black Mother may know something. I'm not a religious person. I don't know these details, unfortunately.
perhaps Val may be using a link with Tritherian?
Or having a look, go down to the library and seeing if there's any items that have been listed that have done this in the past. You know, we've been semi-successful finding items that have fallen off the face of the earth, so perhaps
Are you there?
that's an option.
It goes with the
Oh, yeah.
help of Equinox. We found those items with the help of the compass Equinox gave us, not by like we at least knew roughly where to look.
I feel like
That's a fair
messing
point.
with items is the reason we're in this.
Hmm. Well, anything
Well-
divine. I'm out of. Not my
Well, we
remit.
said we were going to return to the Jade Library, right?
Yeah.
So we
Well,
might be
before-
there for other stuff for me, so I might as well.
Before that,
put the two.
before all that, we need to update Barras on what's happened.
Oh, of course.
He also wants to see you, as he has potentially managed to secure you a meeting via scrying mirror with someone from the Gnomish capital.
Ah, yes, very good.
We need to set up a time for that. But are you all free? Well, once Zandal's finished being
Castrated,
And-
I think they're in.
having,
she
I was
might
going
not
to say having
castrate him,
strips
she
torn
might
off
make
him. Once that's done, are you all free to go now? I know Barras is
Yes.
available. Very well. I will let him know.
Oh
what
no,
to
you're
do.
going to teleport. Can I take? Is that you have something for the nausea?
No, we're going to walk. I'm
Ah,
I'm casting ascending to let Barras know that we'll be there soon,
Good.
so that he can.
Because your spells make me nauseous. And for
I'm
someone who
sorry.
doesn't eat, I literally have nothing to throw up, so it's like dry heaving. It's the worst.
All caster spells have different effects. I'm sorry that mine cause a little bit of nausea. He mutters a few words, and you see him mutter a short message to Barras. He goes, "In the meantime, I need a drink," and he turns around and heads downstairs.
Sorry, just get clarification.
Okay.
All spells have side effects, and yours cause nausea. So when you do a sending spell, does that mean that person feels like they're about to throw up in their mouth when they get the sending spell sent to them?
Not all of my spells do that, but all of my teleportation spells do. It's
Fair
trust
enough.
me, it took me a while to get over it.
Let's go drink. I agree.
Meanwhile, upstairs in the workshop, Finri has taken you to the workshop, Zandal, and takes you to the chair at the desk, spins it round, and sits you down in it, and is stood looming over you, arms crossed, foot tapping, wings flared.
So I'm just looking at her feet. Like, I know.
You know what?
I'm an idiot.
For doing what?
Acting before thinking.
Yes. Yes, you are. Fortunately for you, it's part of one of the reasons I love you. But that doesn't mean I'm not any less unhappy with you. Now, I understand that you have joined this little adventuring group and that you are going to end up in life-threatening situations. However, I would prefer it if you don't put yourself in them on purpose. Especially 2 months before our wedding.
Yeah. It's just the long pause and the yeah.
Now, I'm going to assume that you're going to be going to try and find some way to help that poor boy downstairs. And that means you're going to have to go off on another adventure. Correct?
Mm-hmm. More
So-
than likely, yeah.
Before that happens, I'm going to extract a few promises from you.
Okay.
Oh, no, we're not. No, not normal promises. And she reaches into her dress and pulls out a parchment and unfurls it. And you see a magical contract. You can see, and it is enchanted. It is glowing with magic. And it states 3 things that, if you sign it, will be magically binding on you. The first is that you will do everything in your power to not put yourself in life-threatening situations. Second,
Like, that's impossible.
you will do everything in your power to return within 2 months in time for your wedding, and if you cannot do so, you will contact Finri with enough time for her to postpone the date. And finally, you will design some form of device that will allow your party members to track you at all times.
Okay.
This is non-negotiable. You either sign this, or we're going to call the wedding off until I know that you're serious.
Yeah, I take the part and just sign it.
As you sign it, you feel magic swirl around you and settle into your skin. Xandal, you can now mark down that to break any of these, you will suffer repercussions.
Yeah.
Yep. She
So it's gotta
takes
make
it and
a
goes,
GPS.
Pretty loosely, because obviously if you're completely incapacitated, then you're not breaking it by.
so it's not saying like he can't go into a fight.
He's
But
just
if it's a
got to
fight-
do it to
Be
a
smart.
level. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's a fight that Xandal thinks you all can't win, he cannot go into it. He will have to try and do his absolute best to persuade you guys to run away, sort of thing. If he thinks you can win, that's fine. It's not a problem. If it turns against him and he starts dropping too low, the contract will start kicking in and trying to make him run.
And he needs to make a GPS depository.
Maybe not a
he needs
depository, because that could just, come out.
he needs to make something that will allow you guys to track him.
I mean, out of all of us, I'd have thought Blossom would have been the one that needed tracking, but
Blossom's fine.
But as you
Blossom
sign it,
actually-
Just
Finri
a ball of
rolls it.
yarn. They're fine.
Mhm.
Finri rolls it up and smiles at you. Good. Then we don't need to worry about anything else. Now, Ragnar said he needed to organize a meeting with all of you in Barras, so I won't hold you up any longer. But I'm going to give you a little bit of torture anyway. And she leans down, smiling, and whispers into your ear, because you have to go and meet with Barras, you're going to miss my wedding lingerie shopping. Stands up, turns, and walks out, swaying her hips.
Damn it, Sandal!
He just kind of just sits there for a moment, like, I am an idiot. I am an idiot. I am an idiot.
And Emily, in her point where she's in her recharge point, just pipes up and goes, "Yes, you are, Sandal." And Hacker goes, "Couldn't have said it better myself."
Don't need points from the peanut gallery card.
The only peanut is the one inside your head, Master.
Did you hear that, Hazlitt?
Meslick goes, "Don't talk to me. I'm not the peanut. You're the peanut."
No, you're the peanut.
I take the 2 pots off jar, ready to meet with the others.
And the rest of you see Finri come down, and she smiles at all of you and goes, "Don't worry, Xandal won't be quite so foolish again." And she opens up the contract to flash at you all and goes, "I've got it in writing," and puts it back and pops it in her cleavage.
Oh, tracking
Goes-
device. That's brilliant. I wanted to give him a collar with like a bell on it, but he
Yeah,
ripped
yeah,
that
yeah.
off.
We were going to do far worse. I suppose the contract's a little more.
See a very faint blush cross Finri's cheeks as she goes,
I mean, we
interesting
can still
idea.
commission it for you if that's your thing. I mean, I can.
No,
I know
I'll,
people. I know people. Just say it.
Don't- No, I have prior engagements now, but thank you all for taking care of Xandal. And like I say, one of the parts of that contract is he has to make something to allow you all to track him at all times. If he doesn't follow through on that, do let me know.
Oh, he will.
for now-
Don't worry.
A good day, and say hello to Barras for me as she walks out.
Have you chosen bridesmaids yet? I'm just gonna yell after her.
Not yet!
I'm open.
Understood.
Is it worth taking a break before we go and see Barras?
I'm good.
Yeah, can take a quick 10-minute break.
Oh, yeah.
Just in case internet wibbly wobblies. It's normally.
Hey, it
I
hasn't
mean,
happened
it's just
recently.
been fine, and you've probably now made it, so it's going to do that.
Sorry.
Yeah, you jinxed it.
Just
You
a
jinxed it.
mimicking amongst the cables.
Damn
Yeah,
mimics.
just quick
Always up to something.
toilet break and stuff.
Yeah. Right, we'll be back in about 10 minutes or so. Everyone go, use the facilities, get yourself drinks, get yourself snacks, get yourself whatever you need. We'll be back shortly. And we're back. Hope you all got what you needed, went and did what you needed. I'll not press too far. So, picking up where we left off, as Xandal comes sloping down the stairs, looking a bit sheepish and a bit henpecked, with his two constructs following behind him. Ragnar goes, good. Are we all ready then?
Yeah.
Right. Let's go. And he leads you out of the Jigging Jester and down into Halcyon Heights towards the Sovereign Citadel. Upon arriving, you are ushered in through the usual hallways to your usual meeting room. And upon entering, you see Barras sat there as usual, reading through a number of reports as he looks up and goes, good morning, everyone. Please take a seat. I understand you have to brief me on the Boneclaw situation.
Yes.
Sandal
Yep.
just
Yes.
takes his seat, pulls out a piece of parchment, and is just doodling ideas.
Yep.
Just sat cross-legged on the chair.
So, yeah.
Do you want to take it, Vienna?
Wow.
You'll
I've
have
already
to
filled in Ragnar Vale, so.
Long story
So-
short, Bone Clan not a problem. The problem is being looked at.
So, for the sake of brevity, we'll say you go over everything you found out
Yeah.
and everything that happened the night before. Barras sort of takes a few notes, nods along, and goes, I see. Worrying news, but I assume I'm glad that you took care of the situation and that we can hopefully do something for the young man. In the meantime, I reached out through diplomatic channels to Fogelden, the Gnomish capital, and I have managed to secure a potential meeting by Scrying Mirror with their major cog of external affairs, Zanzap Moonshadow. He is available within the next few days, possibly even today if you wanted to have a meeting to discuss.
Wait. So what?
So the Gnomish capital, Fogelden.
Wait.
Echo?
I've almost missed
Location.
this.
Fucking note taking so.
At least the person we're talking to only has two names.
Gnomish capital. What's the Gnomish capital called?
Fogelden. Foglenn.
Yeah.
Denn.
Denn. Fogelden.
PR79.
Fuck up, dude.
We don't want to get smited this time.
Okay, one sec. Where should I need an icon map? A weed icon, yes. Wait. No. Little people. Oh, that'll fucking do. Okay, and then NPC. Okay, what's their name?
He's the major cog of external affairs.
Wait, name first.
Zanzap, ZAN, ZAP,
ZAN, Zanzap, okay.
Moonshadow.
Moonshadow, and he is the
Major cog of external affairs.
major cog of external.
It's a G, by the way.
I'm just spelling it however the fuck my demented brain spells it, okay?
Nice
Worry
cog.
about it later. Nice cog.
At least it's not Paddy we're winding up.
We are.
I'm sure he'll allow
Okay,
it if we're winding each
Okay,
other.
okay. Wait. Okay, and then I need to open this and then connect it to locations. Why did I pick this stupid? What was the name of the place again?
Fogleton.
Fogleton.
Fogleton. There we go. Connected. Okay. Cool.
Underground,
Cool.
Golden, please.
Life of the note taker. Continue.
As I was saying, he is available to speak to you, possibly even today, if you wished.
Oh my god.
I think sooner than later would be good.
Yeah.
I mean, sooner
end
rather
of the
than later,
world.
but we don't really know why we need to talk to him yet because my dice have not let me find that out.
I thought we got some clue on what.
I have no idea what the rocks are for. I have no idea because every time I have rolled to try and find out, my dice have rolled a 1.
Well, if you want me to postpone, I can do so.
Maybe we go to the library first and then talk to them.
Ask the same questions.
I glanced
Hope our
up-
dice work.
I glance up from my my doodles. Maybe at least if we've got an audience today, given how hard it is. Job of rock.
No, what questions
Right.
to ask, Sandal?
We know that they may have a rock.
They will never talk to us
Yeah.
again if I waste their time. Because I don't know what questions to
Perhaps
ask.
they can shed some information on it. You know
If
what
I
they
just say,
do.
hey, you know that really special rock that you have? It's super secret? That you're not going to tell me anything about? Because I don't know anything to ask you about it? Oh, there's some people that are after it.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine. We'll just look after it. Yeah. And then, yeah, I don't find anything.
Or we could at least tell them just hang guard on it. They're probably guarding it anyway, but put some extra provisions in.
I guess, but I want to be able to, you know. I
How
don't
long
know.
will it take us to get to the Jade Library?
I mean, we can just bounce
Uh,
right there and back, right?
Yeah, the ferry can now plane shift as long as there is water at or near the destination,
And it's the plane of
Um,
water. Oh, there's water
yeah.
everywhere.
and
That's-
the ferry can instantly travel between places it's been before, including the library.
Yeah, I think maybe postpone until we actually know what we need to talk to them about.
Just at
then.
least waste our time going to the Jade Library and rolling dice and then still finding nothing out.
We can also double tap and ask if there's anything that can help Grifter.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. That's why we wanted to go to the library as well. So yeah.
yeah.
All right. Well, I will make sure that the major cog is available in the next few days.
Yeah. Sorry.
You laughing at my law?
No.
It's just major cog. It's like.
Yeah. The government of Fogleton is the cogworks.
Sorry.
And Major is a legitimate rank in a lot of different armed forces. It's not something to be snickered at.
Well, in this case,
Please
the
don't
idea,
kill me,
the,
Paddy.
the idea of this is that in Gnomish culture, they're all tinkerers, like
Yeah.
racially. So the idea is that because they are so good at tinkering and that sort of thing, they understand that
Everything's
all
yeah.
cogs have to work together, and different cogs of different sizes and different roles and duties in a machine. So their government, their higher positions are called cogs. They are cogs in the machine of government.
Oh, Paddy, you're so
Break
child.
the wheel. Break the wheel.
Sweet summer child, you don't know why we're giggling.
He knows exactly why we're giggling. Come on.
I mean,
Make us
would you laugh at a poor disabled NPC known as Nut because he's lost his arm? Like,
No, Let's just
You
go to the
wait
library.
until I have
let's-
Nut turn up in your room late in the night.
I'm
Bring it.
defending
Bring
it. I'm
Bring
trying
it.
to be the good guy here.
He turned up in Zandal's room, and look what happened with that.
He might end up dead if he turns up in my room by accident. So,
Right, yes, library.
I get an
Right.
Jade
iPhone.
library, super serious D&D. Let's go.
Right.
Yes, library.
I will. I
Ragnavale.
will make.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, yes, Valdesian. I can
Um,
help.
considering this is a library of knowledge that is separate from what is currently here in Maham, have you got any areas of research or any questions that we can do on your behalf? I know that we take a lot from you and whatever, I can't remember the name of the school, but
Like
as
maybe
tempting
what's your
as
mom's
that,
name? What's Val's mom's name again?
Ambon.
Like we could like put in a good word for Ambon, if nothing else, right?
that doesn't really work with this train of thought.
I just meant I
Situation,
was
yeah.
winding Barras up, but yeah. Continue.
I just feel like we take a lot from Barras and his subordinates and his institution, and if we have the opportunity to give something back, then...
I thank you for the thought, Valdizian, but currently there is nothing that we need that we cannot research with our own necessary studies and libraries. Should there be, we will obviously reach out to you and issue it as a request. But currently we are, other than what you are already researching, there is nothing that we particularly need.
I appreciate that, and I just don't want you to think we're taking you and everything for granted.
Barras just smiles and goes, the amount of times you've saved my city, I think I would have to be foolish to think that.
So does that mean we can take advantage?
Don't push your luck.
That's worth an ask.
I mean, there was like putting our vault in like a random sunny, like separate plane,
Plane of
so that
existence,
it's
because yeah.
protected, so that nobody steals our items. But that was like something that was going to cost stupid amounts of money. I'm sure you can't even do it. So
Ragnar goes, well, I can have a look at that and getting it priced up for you, but that is not something that I can do for free.
Bolster it in any way.
Well, it depends what sort of price you're looking at, because
We're just lowly adventurers. We don't make a lot of money, surprisingly.
Again,
she says with her millions.
We don't.
I will price it up and let you know, or let Gunter know. For now, safe travels, and I hope you find what you're looking for.
appreciate it.
Barras nods and goes, same here. I have to, he looks at a timepiece and goes, I just have to go, excuse me. Then he gets up and goes to walk out. You see him sort of stop just outside the door and look at a vase full of flowers and quickly pluck a few.
What's he doing? What's he doing? Where is he?
He's leaving, but on the way he's plucking like a few flowers and seems to be straightening out his hair and suit a bit.
Say hello to Ambon.
Ambon's your mother.
Oh, whoever, I can't remember the name of the NPC.
It's your own mother, dude.
No,
Can I have it on my head?
the girl.
Oh, what was her name?
Exactly.
Wait,
If
no,
I can't
Ambon's his
remember,
mum.
like,
Oh right, no. What's
no, the
her
girl
fucking
he was with.
Alvina.
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 Say
Alvina
hello-
Worthington.
Say hello to Alvina.
Yes, I will do so. Good
To
day.
be fair, I made the same mistake as he did. Because
Yeah.
I said Amber was your mum. He's supposed to
Yeah.
fancy your mum. Oh.
Okay, so you are escorted
Wait, what's
back
her
out
name?
of the
I
Sovereign
need to write this
Citadel.
down. Hang on.
Alvina
Alvina.
Worthington.
Yes. You are escorted back out of the Sovereign Citadel into Halcyon Heights, and you are free to do as you please.
I think, unless there's anything anyone else needs to do before we set off on our journey, maybe get to the Jade Library.
I'm going to look
We should
at
probably-
Vienna and her and just be like, can I borrow you both for 5-10 minutes?
And it just looks at Sandal suspiciously, like Erton Vienna. Sure.
I just need to head to a shop. I need to check something.
A spy on your wife's lingerie thing?
You
No.
don't know that. You
That's
have
out
no
of
idea
character.
about that.
Out of character. I was just like, you're gonna go and spy?
No.
Gotta say, you are taking the two party casters who can cast scrying with you. This is a bit suspicious.
Yeah. I want to go see the Black Matron.
mother or whatever at some point as well before we.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So, yeah, it goes, okay, and goes along with you, Sandal.
I'm actually going to head into the gem shop that I normally get most of my gems from.
Okay.
And you were pretty much on the money. I needed the 2 members that can cast Scry.
So what are you doing?
As I need them both to essentially look over the gems and find the ones.
See if
resonate
Adomiats
most.
is there.
No, I'll look for that gem too, but
Yeah.
no, looking over gems that both of them can essentially attune to, so that I can start creating a tracking device. It's the only way I can think of.
Okay. Interesting. So, go ahead and roll investigation check for me, all 3 characters.
I'm going to use Damamu on it as well.
Yep.
All 3. So everyone gets +4.
Yep. So 22 for Ert, 16 for Vienna, 16 for Zandal. Okay, so picking through, you eventually find a nicely sized sapphire, like a small sort of like bead-sized one, maybe used for like a ring mounting, that Vienna feels she can quite easily attune to in some way. And with Ert, it is a small topaz of a similar size.
Okay. What's the value on them?
So taking them, as you sort of take them up and the owner looks them over, he goes, I can give you these 2 for about 500 gold.
Can I
And
pay
now
you
I'll
in
buy
another way?
No. For now, I'm just going to buy the 1 gem and ask whether I can keep the other one back until I can get the other.
Very well. Which one are you buying?
I'll potentially go with the one for Vienna.
Okay, so the small sapphire. Okay.
Yeah.
So you purchase that. It's at this point Haslick pipes up in your mind and goes, just in case you're interested, Zandal, I do know a few ways to streamline what you're thinking and other ways to do what you've been tasked with. But I understand you prefer to go through the creative process yourself. Just do know I am available should you need a sounding board.
Right,
Why
I
is
have
it?
no idea.
Why is it everyone's short of money?
Because they spent
Short
it
of
all on the
money.
equalizer.
I'm not short of money.
I'm
Yeah,
always
right.
short of money because
Like
when I
95
spent
flat.
£5,000 on a Thunder Gauntlet for it to get stolen.
It's like Vienna basically overhears Sandal going, "Oh, okay," you know, hearing him quandering, going, "Oh, I can't afford that," and she's like, "What?" And she pulls out like she's got 500 platinum.
Yeah, but you
Like,
got sent that by your mother.
Yeah,
Val
which
at
is
one
that's
point
separate
had
2,000 gold
I
as
have-
well.
Val
Yeah,
at one point had
204
like 27,000 gold, and is now down to 4,000 gold.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
have
still a lot
254
of gold, but like,
Sorry, Aaron,
Yeah.
what did you say?
I have 254 gold.
put yourself a gold hill.
So,
More
yeah,
like a
Vienna
gold.
overhears him and sort of leans down, whispers in his ear, like, "Do you need more gold, Sandal?"
Could always do with gold, but I'd rather not be in debt.
Yeah, fair. She just goes,
Okay. So, yeah. So Haslick says that, and then you guys leave the gem store and rejoin the rest of the party on their way down. So you said you wanted to go see the Black Mother first.
Right.
She's busy sneezing.
Yep.
Can't really hurt my throat somehow. Okay.
And breathe.
So The party, you all return to the Jigging Jester to quickly pack up a few things and make people aware of your intended short jaunt to the plane of water. In the meantime, Talia, you head off to the Raven's Roost.
I just say I
Upon
pick up the
arriving-
hurdy-gurdy.
Upon arriving, you enter into the tall black tower and are greeted by one of the sisters who bows and says, "Welcome, champion. How can I help you today?"
I wanted to talk to the Black Mother, if she's available.
"Of course, she's always available for you. Please, follow." And she takes you and guides you up that steep spiral staircase, higher and higher and higher, until eventually you come out into the corridor, and she knocks on a door, and you hear the voice, "Enter!"
I'll open the door and step in.
You step in and see the Black Mother sat there, this older Shadar-Kai elf, as she looks up at you, smiles, and goes, "Champion, how may I be of assistance?"
We had an incident with a bone claw, and the master of it took a potion, and they're kind of in a state of life and death. In between, like me, but not conscious, I guess. I was wondering if you knew anything that could help.
Killing the master is normally the quickest way to deal with a bone claw.
Without killing an innocent child.
Innocence is debatable considering a bone claw attached to their soul, but
The fact that he took the potion means he's at least trying to do better. I would like to at least give him a chance.
I
As
will
I'm
not.
sure you're aware, the Raven Queen wasn't exactly forthgiving with information.
I will not debate morals with you, champion. I will say there is nothing that we here can do for the boy. However, I do know of something that could help. If you went to see the Raven's Eyes in Zinabazab, they have a ritual that they know of, given to them by our Raven Mother, that can change fate on an individual.
Different from the way I can? With the cowl?
More permanent. In this case, it is normally used when the Raven Queen decides that someone's fate has been incorrectly woven and needs to be pruned and changed from the loom. And such it is reshaped and reformed anew. And in this way, a soul is also reshaped and reformed, and any attachment to it would also be severed.
We're supposed to, maintain the balance of life and death, right?
And in this case, you would be getting rid of an undead, someone who should have passed on, whilst preserving a life. I do not know the full details of the ritual or what it entails, only vagaries. You would have to speak to the Raven's Eyes themselves, and for that you would have to travel to Zinabazab.
Where is that exactly?
She goes over to a bookcase and gets out a large book, and opens it up, and shows you a atlas. And she points out on the map where you are in Maham. We are here on the eastern coast of the Rift Sea. If we go all the way across, and she shows, and you watch as her finger traces all the way across past Minas Pengoli
Cool.
and into the land beyond it to a set of mountain ranges there. Zinabazab. Don't know if you saw that. I'll ping it again.
Oh,
On
the
the
map
map.
is pretty fucking big, so
Yeah.
where are we looking here?
You are looking
So-
right the other side.
Right, the
Wait,
other
so
side.
other
So
side,
all
the
the way
left-hand side.
across.
Okay, and
Yeah.
then we're where? Oh, yeah, I see.
Yep.
That's a long way. That's like past. That might be the furthest we've ever traveled. Isn't it?
Yep.
We traveled
The
further?
further
Yeah.
you went to Minas Pengoli, which is here,
So it's a little
so
bit ways.
Sinabazab is there.
Okay. That's a good few days travel by a boat, even at full speed then.
Yes. But you would be able to fast travel to Minas Pengoli or near
And
Minas
then-
Pengoli
And then go
because
from
the
there.
ferry's been there.
Good. We should probably visit there anyway, just to see.
Let's see the chaos.
Just to see the chaos we left behind.
And the chaos that it is now, because my brethren are there.
Yep. But they are the ones who would be able to sever the bone claw from him. Whether they would have some form of cure for that potion, I don't know on that account.
I mean, probably don't want to cure him before we sever the connection anyway, so...
I'm
it's-
merely stating they can do. I know they can definitely do one thing. Whether they can do the other is debatable.
That is most helpful. Thank you.
It is my pleasure, champion.
Is there anything I can help you with? I feel like I always come here asking for something and give you nothing in return.
You are already doing as you are intended to do, champion. The
Sometimes I
Queen
wonder.
watches and weaves your fate, as it is written, as it should be. You will help if you are meant to help.
I feel I am walking blindly and I don't really know what it is she wants me to do.
All fate is blind, champion. If we knew our fate, then we would be able to change it, and that is not our place.
Suppose not. It would be helpful though.
It would, and unlike us, you do have a small light to guide your way in the form of that cowl. Compared to
sometimes
the
it's
rest of us, you
hard to
see
wait.
more of the loom than we do.
Not always a good thing.
No, but power comes with cost, as does
Great power comes
responsibility.
great Spider-Man. Thank you.
Who is this man of spider?
Who is the man of spider?
You
Do
are
you know of
welcome.
a man of spider?
If you need
His
anything
favourite
else,
magical
please.
item is slippers and spider climb.
If you need anything else, you know where to find us.
Of course, thank you.
Pleasant travels. And may you be beneath the raven's wings.
And you as well. Thank you.
And you are escorted back down and out of the raven's roost, and you make your way back to the Jigging Jester.
Oh,
Okay. So, once everyone's ready, you then make your way out and down to the Sapphire Docks. There you see the Ferry of the Depths moored, waiting for you. And you see, as you approach, Bosun's ghostly figure appear, and he goes, "Ahoy! Are we off somewhere?"
Possibly. But I want to check what our plan is.
and
We
not
go to the
library,
Jade
right?
Library.
Are we all going to the Jade Library, or is it worth...
I mean, I tend to be very shit at finding stuff, so if we are all looking, us might find something. So probably yes, most
Well,
of us.
I couldn't get in last time.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
They-
I
Can
remember
we,
correctly, it was raining.
is there
It
anything we
was.
can achieve on this plane with dropping off a couple of people and then a few people going to the other plane
I
and
don't
asking
really
the
want to
Jade
split
Library?
the party, because every time we split the party, something bad happens.
I think we all go.
Speaking of, I did find out something that might help the boy. But
Okay.
it would require us to go to Zinbuzab.
Right.
See the
It's a long
Raven's
way.
Eye. There's some people that might be able to do play with the threads of fate a bit stronger than I can. They will be able to sever the connection. Whether they'll be able to counter the potion, I don't know, but that's a step in the right direction.
Patty.
The only thought I
Yes.
have on that, though, is if this connection's severed, that just means the bone claw is going to attach to the next nearest evil fate.
No, it would be like killing the host. It would just destroy the bone claw, right? Right?
No,
I should
no,
have
it's
asked that.
actually
I
the
should have
most
asked.
evil thing.
It depends. So what creates a bone claw is a failed lich ritual. So it is the soul that would normally anchor into the phylactery instead shoots off and finds the nearest evil thing. However, that's part of the ritual. So if the bone claw is then severed, the bone claw is no longer a magic caster. It cannot perform another ritual like that. So it can. So basically, a bone claw is non-transferable. Effectively, it forms one
Okay.
link. It's the same as a
Is
lich
that-
with a
I
phylactery.
was
Once a
sure you
lich,
told me that it would. It
No,
just
no.
literally go to find another one, which is why we were reluctant to kill the kid in the first place.
no.
We weren't
So-
reluctant. That was if we
Mhm.
couldn't convince him that was exactly what we were going to do, because that was the only way to stop.
Yeah.
Mm.
No.
Change
so
of alignment
You,
or kill the host. That's the only
yeah,
way to stop
you
it.
would know that. It's the same with a lich. Once a lich has made a phylactery, they cannot make another phylactery. That it's impossible.
Okay.
They cannot just go, I'm bored of this phylactery now. I want to move my soul into this. It doesn't work. It's why there's liches out there with really bad phylacteries, like really stupid items, because at the time it was all they had. Like there's some liches who were rich when they became a lich and have got jeweled like vases and hearts and that
Yeah.
sort of thing. And there's liches out there who literally have a phylactery that is a old stuffed doll, because that's all they had at the time. They
So
can't then change it.
My question was, with my travels of diplomacy and all this malarkey, would I know where Zinabazar is?
You would know of Zinabazab,
Right.
Thing
because
showed
you came from the Underdark, from underneath the Nulladzar spires.
Yeah.
You didn't come out of the actual. There's a dwarvish city there, which you know of. But you didn't come out of that one. You came. The Drow have got their own exit because that city is overrun by Underdark denizens that you are not affiliated with, and in fact are probably at war with.
Right. That's in Zinabazab, is it?
No, the Nullet. So basically, Zinabazab. If you go all the way to the left of the map,
Yeah.
there is Zinabazab, which is it's like there's a small bit of mountains on its own.
Yeah.
You then have the Drake Crags, which is just below that. That's the next mountain range, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
further south is the Nulladzar Spires.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So you would have come out of the Nulladzar Spires, and you probably went all the way north to Zinabazab to see if you could get a meeting there. You probably didn't,
No.
because then it's Zinabazab it's meant to be, it's the birthplace of religion in the civilized world. Every major religion has a temple there. There's even a temple of Lolth. It's a very open and accepting city, but it doesn't have, unlike the divine city of Reforp, it doesn't have a government. It's literally like the temples just like run their temples and then people live there.
Right.
There's no actual centralized government. It's just a place of worship. It's
Would there
very
even be a
simple,
temple
very
with Tritherian
basic.
there?
Yeah, there is a temple
There's
to
a
every
temple
god.
for everything.
And
So the
Vienna-
question is, would I know that to
you,
relay to everyone?
you went and you asked to like speak to a leading person. You literally
And
got
there
told,
isn't one. Yeah.
there isn't one. You can go to the temple of your god, go ahead, but you know that it is a city built into a mountain.
Right.
And basically for the gods of the upper planes, their temples are built into the sides of the mountain, and are literally like chiseled out of the rock, and like their symbols are emblazoned on the outside. And for the gods of the lower planes, like Lolth and the demon gods, they are within the interior of the mountain.
And then I'd have gone to Minas Bengali and lost my way there because I hated
Yes.
them. And yeah,
You went
no
to
wonder
Minas
I was in a bad
Pingoli.
mood when I finally got to
You went to Minas Pingoli, got told you weren't allowed in because you were,
Drow.
Drow, and then from there you went on to Duranar, where you were then imprisoned.
I had a rough time, didn't I?
You
We
did.
know where Zinabazab is anyway, because the Black Raven lady pointed on a map to me. So.
Oh yeah, I just
But-
wondered if I knew what it was, so I could.
Oh, what like?
The minute you said it, I'd have told you the information of what's there. So
Val was going to initially suggest potentially some of us go to the Jade Library and some of us try and scope out the... Is it the Phoenix Pendant?
Yeah, I was thinking that actually.
But if
So yeah, you
we need to...
know the location, but that's way back down near Reforb.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
aware
in
that
the
we're going
Desert
to have
of
to split
Rust.
the party and like do some concurrent activity, but if we can potentially get to Zinabazab and get some answers for
do
the
that.
child, and then quickly plane swap, go to the Jade Library while somebody's going to Zinabazab, we can do some like concurrent stuff like 3 and 3.
I don't know if that's a good idea. Not splitting the party that much. Because no one's gonna... If there's just 2 of us going to each place...
Well, we know
We're
what
not
the
gonna have
library's
time to
going to
do
be, don't we? We know what is required for the library. And we've only got like 2 or 3 questions to ask.
Yes, but we're all going to fail our dice rolls. I want as many chances to not fuck up and actually find out something, because I'm getting fed up of not finding out anything every time we try and look for anything. So if we can all bloody roll for it, then one of us is bound to find something out, right?
So maybe we
theory.
all go to Zinabazab.
Now we all go to the library first, because we need to do the
The
shit.
library is instant. Zinabazab costs time to
It's
get
not
to.
necessarily instant, is it?
we
We
could
could-
find more information out in the library, though.
We could
That-
find
I
something
think-
that's better
yeah.
than Zippers out in the library. Information first, and then decide from the Jade Library what we're going to do.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
I just know
So
we were on a
Bosun-
timeline,
Bosun-
so I'm just like, yeah.
We don't know we're on timeline yet. Because we don't know how important it is, because every time we try and find out how fucking important it is, we fucking fail the dice rolls. So let's go to the library, and then we'll know what time frame we're on, and then we can do shit. Hopefully.
Bosun's just leant on the railing, looking down at you all, just waiting.
Jade Library, both.
Library,
Right,
please.
library it is.
Aye, aye. All aboard.
Ugh.
And as you all go aboard and
I've also
enter,
summoned Queenie. I'm just saying.
yeah, you've got Queenie back.
Very cool.
As you all enter onto the ship itself, you see that there have been some changes.
Upgrades.
As you enter into the interior space, before it was just the interior of a ship that only you guys could enter. As you pass through now, you step into a formless black space,
Ooh.
and you hear Bosun's voice go, "Oh yeah, I've got to get Bosun's voice right. I've got to get Bosun's voice right. There we go. I've got Bosun's voice back. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell all of you. We've had a bit of a level up kind of deal going on. That's now an extra dimensional space. You all need to agree on how you want to fashion it. It can be, a mansion. It can be whatever you really want. Just
Should we just
have a...
make it look like our base in Maham, just for simplicity, because we know our way around that we're not having to familiarize ourselves with a new space.
Fuck no, it needs to be a mansion.
Wow, but mansion's hard to navigate.
Well, you all
can
decide on
control.
that. I'm going to start the procedure to, pull away from the dock and get out into open water so I can. I'm going Welsh. Why am I going? No, that's not right.
I'm a new man. We leveled up and I changed accent.
God damn it! Scottish.
Boyo.
Scottish Bosun.
We haven't
Bosun.
like spoken to Bosun in it.
Oh, Bosun. Okay. I'll get us out into open water and ready to plane shift. You have a think.
What are the options?
Luxury cruise
So
ship.
effectively, this is a less powerful version of Mordenkainen's magnificent mansion. You can't have quite as big a space as you would with that, but you'll have enough space to be comfortable and have a few extra rooms if you wanted. But you can also reskin it however you want.
Okay.
Spa.
I'm not even that first.
Lovely
I'm
spa.
heading
A
straight
spa.
to
We should have a
on the
spa.
ship.
Luxury cruise ship
Spa.
with spa.
Okay. As you watch, you see ahead of you this beautiful atrium appear. Lovely sculpture of a mermaid plated in gold, silver, and platinum in the center with a fountain of water coming out of it. You see sweeping stairs leading up to a balcony. Everything done in this tasteful sort of cream and light blues. And as you look up, you see above there is, on this balcony, 6 doors, each with your name on them. Down on the main floor, you see there are 3 main doors leading off into various other places. And as you watch, a number of bosun's ghostly crewmen appear, but dressed in sharp waiters' outfits, with towels folded over their arms as they bow calmly towards you and become staff for this new home.
Is there a buffet?
Do you want to explore?
Yes.
I think that's a yes.
Yeah. So as you explore, you find on the lower level there is a spa with massage room, sauna, and steam room, along with a indoor pool. That is one of the lower levels. The main dining room is set up with both buffet and seated dining, depending on your choice of the day. And finally, there is another side room that appears to contain things such as games and a bar, almost like a snug sort of thing. And then each of your rooms is currently blank. It can be designed however you wish once you are settled in.
Bosun, outside of the luxurious nature that you are now, is there any other changes in terms of tactical nature for the ship, or is it just we get to live in comfort for a bit?
Well, like I say, I can plane shift now. I can instantly travel to and from places I've been before. You get a bit of extra vitality by spending, time sleeping here. I can do a bit more imposing of interfering in fights for you. And finally, we can now fire the cannons twice in quick succession.
Val literally just does the yes kind of motion.
Cool. So, in a blink of an eye, I guess we're not going to be
Yep.
long before in the
You
library.
feel a
Can I
sort
not
of
go to the
rushing
buffet?
sense. After about 10 minutes, you feel a sort of rushing sensation, and then hear Bosun's voice go, "Right, just pulling up at the pier outside the library. I'll put down the gangplank, and you can go do what you need to do."
Okay, good luck, everyone.
Okay. As you go back onto the deck, the ferry itself still on the outside looks like the haunted ghost ship that you had picked it up. That has not changed at all. It is only the interior that is now luxurious and nice. But you see now, as you are on this endless ocean all around, except for right in front of you, the tower reaching higher than you can see into the sky and lower than you can see into the depths of the water below you, engraved with going upwards angels and cherubs, and going down demons and devils. The jaded library stands before you.
We all went up, didn't we, before?
You only passed
Somebody
the
went
trial to
down.
go up. Yes. Nope.
thought
No
one
one.
person went
None
down.
of us went down.
No one.
We all had
None
to
of you
pass
took the
test.
trial,
So
and
I
not
think,
everyone passed the test.
yeah,
I believe Zandal didn't pass the test. Zandal wasn't allowed.
It was Blossom that wasn't allowed
No,
in.
Xander
it was
was.
Blossom.
Blossom wasn't allowed
I
into the
wasn't allowed
library.
in.
Zandal didn't pass the test to access the actual levels with knowledge.
No, he did. He did.
No,
That's how he
you
learned
played
about Eberron.
cards.
Apologies.
And
Desperately trying to find wave stuff and Sirenscapes
Yeah.
being dick.
I remember someone sitting and having to play cards against Kronk and Yzma because they couldn't go into the upper levels. It might
Xandal
have
got
been.
the weird
It might have been
tattoo.
Zandal. Yeah.
no, Xander got in because that's how he learned about Eberron. And
Might have
all
actually. It might have
the-
been
It's
Val.
Dagris.
Oh
Dagris.
yes, Dagris
It
was
was
there. Still,
Dagris.
wasn't
Yeah,
he?
might have been.
Yeah.
That's
Fuck you,
why, that's why I'm
Dagris.
having trouble. That's why I'm having trouble. Because Dagris would have still been there. Yes. Okay.
Are
So-
we all freezing, or is it my computer?
I think it's just him.
Bit of a
Discord's
bit
a
of a
little
lag
bit
spike there.
funny.
So As you all go down the gangplank onto the small pier of green jade and approach the door, for 5 of you, you know that the door will open and allow you entrance. However, for Blossom, as you approach, you see that familiar inscribed scroll going through different languages until it comes up. Greetings, supplicant. It is knowledge you seek?
Yes.
To gain entry, you must either offer up knowledge or prove your knowledge.
I will attempt to prove it.
Okay. So you see like a number of like symbols and things appear. I need you to make a intelligence check, saving throw, please.
I'm still outside.
Have
You get the
intelligence, I'm not sure.
+3 on the save.
Sure. And we have leveled up, so I do gain the proficiency bonus increase.
I think this was meant to be a riddle, but I've lost all the riddles.
Oh,
15?
15
3.
plus 3, so 18. That actually
no,
matches
that-
the D.
That was with the +3.
Oh, with the plus
Yeah.
3. Oh, okay. So 15 is not quite enough. You sort of go through it and you think you've got it, and then you sort of like go to answer it and go, oh no, wait, that's not right. And you go back and redo your working, and you're just going round in circles.
Yeah.
Eventually it changes and goes, would you like to offer knowledge instead?
I've got to offer now.
You stick your hand in a hole and see what it says.
Yeah. What does it want to know?
So, for brevity's sake, what it basically is you put your hand on it and you have to offer up if you have a tool proficiency or a language or anything like that, you offer up the knowledge of that. And you have to make
You don't lose it, do you? You just.
You do if you fail the saving throw.
So don't offer
The best way
anything
to
when
keep
you
your
lose.
coat glossy and clear of.
I don't think I have anything I can lose though. I don't have many proficiencies. I think I just have to wait outside.
At least it's not raining this time, right?
Yeah.
There's also a ferry with a buffet on it this time.
Just enjoy some sushi
With a
while
large
I imagine there's
section
lots of
and
sushi.
I can try some fishing if there are fish in this plane.
You would assume there are multitudes of fish in this plane, some probably bigger than you, and some probably bigger than the ferry.
Blossom, could you go onto the boat and see if you can find some knowledge to give?
Sure.
Join us if you
I
find
can
anything.
just imagine as Blossom's walking back towards the boat, she's just drooling at the thought of fish.
I give you knowledge of all the fish.
or it's just like a fishing part of the RPG and just be like, yeah, I've got to keep going through this for the next 5 hours to level up.
Do we have any books?
So we don't have to offer anything because we've already done it, right? We can
You've
just...
already
Yeah.
done it. For you, it just basically says "Welcome back, supplicant," and the door is able for you to open. But
And we did
for
promise we'd
Blossom,
visit the Sphinx, so we can
Yeah.
be like, hey.
but yeah, Blossom, it looks like you just walk through solid jade. For the rest of you, the door opens, but for Blossom, it looks like you just walk through solid jade.
Even I'm looking for stuff I might have that I could give to Blossom, but I don't think I have anything.
I mean, it's fine. Blossom's more of a survival expert rather than an intellectual.
As you get back onto the ship, Bosun sort of reaches down into a cubbyhole, pulls out a fishing rod and hands it to you. Blossom goes, "Might as well."
Yeah.
And then I
Better
can
than last time.
prepare some sushi when I get back.
As the rest of you enter into the library itself, you come into that main atrium sort of area. The 50-foot circumference room with the black half, the sort of yin-yang symbol on it, with the black metal trapdoor on the floor with the foreboding demonic face that is sealed shut. And in the trapdoor in the ceiling made of a light white wood with angelic serene face on it, which for those of you, or for all of you, is open and available with a ladder. And you see the coming out of two alcoves nearby, the two Sphinx, Yzma and Kronk. As they come out and go, Kronk goes, "Oh, hey, you're back. Nice to
I
see
said-
you all again."
We said we'd visit.
Yes, you all said you'd visit. It's been a while. What do you want?
Information. Why else would we be here?
Well, you have access to the upper library. Feel free, but if you want to go into the lower, if you want to go into the lower, you're going to have a talk with me and see if you can pass my trial.
We
That's
kind of
gonna
want to
have
check
to
both, so
Yeah.
let's try for the lower library.
Yeah.
All right. Well then, everyone, get ready, prep yourselves, and we'll go through the trial. If just let me know when you're ready.
Let's go.
Do you
Okay.
think one of us should at least search the upper levels?
Yeah. Well, did someone do that? Look for.
I'll go on the upper levels.
Well, I
look
thought we
for
could all
weapons
I'm
try
looking
for the.
for-
Hang on, everyone's talking at once, one at a time.
We should
Sorry.
assess what we're looking for first.
Yeah.
I was about to say we should all try the trial for downstairs because we could all fail, and then if not, we'd just go upstairs and then all attack upstairs.
Yeah.
All right. You see as Kronk flares his wings and darkness rushes out and overtakes all of you. Talia,
What?
you see as vision returns to you, and you see a book in front of you made out of a dark leathery material, infernal runes stretched across it,
Can't
and on the
remember.
cover, How to Change Fates by Asmodeus.
Okay. Is that it? Like, just that's in front of me?
This is all you can see currently.
I don't know. What's the right thing? I don't want to read it. It's got Asmodeus' name on it. That's bad. But it's the bad library, right?
Side, yes.
Ew.
Open the book.
I'm gonna use my threads to have a look at it. I'm gonna use my change state thing.
Okay. As you activate your ability and look, you see more threads than you can count.
Oh god.
Jagged, black, dripping with blood, writhing, and you start to hear screams, 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 screams. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh man. 23.
23. You manage to pull away and deactivate your ability, but you can, as you sort of gasp and take a moment to catch your breath, you feel something wet on your face. You bring up your hands and you are crying blood.
This is nice. What am I supposed to do? Ah, fuck it. I'll open the book.
As you open the book, you see on the first page a contract.
Oh no.
The
Trying to
contract
find out
states,
about some rocks. I don't sign no contract.
do you close the book?
I'll read it at least.
The contract states that to access what's in this book, you must sign this contract. Upon doing so, you are locked into a deal with Asmodeus. Should you use any of the knowledge within the book, Asmodeus gains a portion of your soul each time you use the knowledge in the book. For
I close
each
the
time,
book. No, it's not worth it. No. Mm-mm. Nope.
and you hear Kronk's voice go, All right, that's good. And your vision fades.
Did I pass?
Valdizian, you see your vision
Yeah.
come to you, and you are looking out over a village that is burning. You hear screams and you see men on horseback riding through the village, striking at figures. In front of you is a number of weapons. You could easily pick one up and go into the village.
You name what the weapons are.
As you look down and take a closer look, you see a black, glass-like greatsword. You see a warhammer that is covered in spikes and barbs. And you see a bow that is made of a dark red wood.
Can I look further around to see if there is like a farmhouse or anything like that?
Roll a perception check. 20. Looking around, you see that this village is fairly isolated. But as you sort of like try to take in some more details in the flickering of the firelight, you sort of squint. All the figures that are being struck down seem to be wearing robes. And all of the figures on horseback seem to be in armor.
I don't see any buckets, I don't see water, I don't see any of that sort of stuff.
There is what looks to be a well in the middle of the village, and there is what looks like a small river flowing nearby. But it's a good sort of, 5-10 minute walk from the village.
Okay, I will ignore the weapons and I'm going straight for the well in the centre of the village and trying to bring the water up to try and put out the fires.
Okay. And as you go to move past the weapons, you hear Kronk's voice. Okay, interesting. And your vision darkens. Vienna,
Oh no.
your vision comes to you, and you find yourself somewhere you did not want to ever really be again. You're at home.
Yay.
You are
Expected.
sat at the dinner table, and you see your family, your mother, your sisters, even your few brothers sat there. And there are the slaves moving around serving the meal. And in front of you, sat in your lap, is a vial of a dark black liquid. No
Right.
one's paying you any attention, and directly in front of you is the communal wine jug.
Well, I'm someone who does what needs to be done. So, yeah, I'll grab the wine jug and go to look like I'm pouring it into my own glass. But I'll try and actually slip the black vial into the jug.
Okay. Roll sleight of hand.
This is where it all goes shit, ladies and gentlemen. 5.
Wow.
5. As you do this, you drip a few drops of this into the jug, but no one appears to notice.
Okay.
Despite the fact you feel like you were fairly obvious about it. But you then hear Kronk's voice. Okay, interesting. We'll move on. And your vision darkens. Xandal, your vision comes too. And you are stood in your workshop. You are working on some new piece of technology. And then you hear a banging at the door.
I go and answer the door.
As you open the door, you see a group of men, one holding Helise, one holding Finri, blades to their necks.
Oh, yeah.
And one of them says to you, "You're going to build this for us," and hands you a set of blueprints.
I look at the blueprints.
They, as you look them over, they are for something called a Hellfire engine. A siege weapon that every time it kills someone, it takes their soul and damns it to the 9 hells. Immediately.
Okay. Bear with me 2 seconds. Checking something.
Whoa. Shit, man.
Kill them both. I'm not going to do
No.
anything for you.
Very good, dude.
No.
The woman you love or your sister.
No, I think
That's
that the
it.
choice isn't between them, isn't it? It's like it's the choice between making this thing or them.
Yeah, that's what I
All
mean.
them.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Thousands
gonna-
damned to the hells versus 2 lives. Trolley decision.
Hands down, I
Like,
think Xandor's
in
got
this
worst.
situation.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
in
that's
this
what's worse.
situation,
Yeah.
like, I'm already running through various aspects because I've now got the contract to think of. And in this instance, I think I would potentially take the repercussion as I cast Otterleech Resistant Spear around Helise and then go straight for the one holding Finri.
Okay,
Because I
and
can take a lot of head damage.
And as you cast and go to move, you hear, "All right, good," and your vision fades. And you all come to in a dark forest.
Oh, you're past. I think.
Good time.
I think we all failed.
Oh.
I don't know. I think the whole point is.
And you
we think
see,
we access bad information, but we would be like influenced by it.
and you find yourself stood on some form of slab of stone, and ahead of you, past some trees, you can see Kronk sat there and going, "All right, so I can tell you, you all passed. You managed to resist the evil temptation, but still in some cases use what you were given for the greater good, or did what was necessary to try and stop evil. Now, you have a choice. I already know about your selves through your fight with Yzma and what she's told me. You can either allow me to go off of that information, or we can have a quick sparring bout now and allow me to make my own judgment.
What?
It is up to you."
Yeah, I
Well,
remember
you-
we had to fight Yzma.
Why?
to
Why
get-
do
Yeah.
we have to fight to find out stuff?
Sometimes the best way to find out how a person will act and how they feel is through a confrontation. You do not truly know someone until their life is under threat and they will act according to their base instincts. Again, Yzma has told me how you reacted to her combat trial. I can make my judgments based off of that. Or you can give me my own set of perspectives to see what I think, personally.
With
I
this
It's
mean,
your
I'll
choice.
let
We
you-
can
this being a
vote.
trial,
What gets us the information first is we don't really have time.
That is
I'm
why
s-
I'm giving you the choice.
I'm just saying, with this being a trial, is this trial, do we try and kill you, or is this trial,
defend
Stop you.
ourselves.
defend ourselves or try and stop you from moving, or what is the rules of this trial?
No one will die here. That is not possible within my domain. The trial is merely to fight, to spar. We must all give our all and act as if it was a real life or death situation, because otherwise I will not get a good read on you. But, again, you have the option to just let me make my judgment based on your combat with Yzma and what she has told me.
Remember what place we were in when we fought her. The situation is different. The stakes are different.
They are. Yzma challenged you on certain ways of doing things. I challenge you in other ways. But the combat section is, I've already challenged you in the morals. The combat is interchangeable.
Upon that moment, Val casts haste on himself and is going to thrust himself forward.
I
Okay.
guess we're fighting.
Yeah.
Don't all have to
out of
fight.
curiosity-
Val failed the previous test. That's why Val is trying to prove himself.
Did you fail?
I did.
But he said.
I'm about to say, I remember someone sitting downstairs and playing cards.
I'm pretty sure Val failed. So that's why Val is...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Out
The
of
stakes are
curiosity, would I have used a spell slot?
You
in
did
that
not.
state? Yeah.
You did not
I did
actually
not.
use the spell
Okay.
slot. Okay, so go ahead and roll initiative. For those who actually want to join combat, if anyone doesn't want to,
different.
you can just sit to one side and not roll.
Stakes are different.
Erta's going to sit back.
It's going to sit back. Right, you've got 2 rolls on
Randall.
there. So Talia's rolling.
I think
Can
Fiona will
I
as well.
click my token and click the initiative, but for some reason it didn't register, but I rolled an 11.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I can't
And
click on my
Fiona's.
token actually. We can't click on our tokens, Paddy.
Oh, I can click on my. Oh shit! Hang on. I need. Fuck.
You're drawing
that's
shit
why.
now.
Let me
Yeah,
get rid
okay,
of that.
got it.
Oh god, I deleted
That's why.
myself. Fuck! I deleted myself somehow. I don't know how.
Talia is no more. She is dead.
I've made myself cease to exist.
Unimpressed. Unimpressed.
No
I was-
more.
To delete what I drew because I had the wrong thing selected, but I somehow deleted my own token. I didn't think you could do.
When I give you control of the token, you can, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So if you could
Right,
just
hang on.
back,
I'm
thank you.
sorting it. I'm sorting it. Goodness sake. Right, there we go. So what did
Yeah.
you roll? An 11.
I'm under the premise that it feels a little bit lazy to just go, "Hey, just do what Eastman said." So it's like, I'm not a fan of lazy.
Okay, choose a dice.
I like less over the top battle music because this is a bit much.
Oh,
God, I should have done more planning.
there we
so-
go. Right. So, Vienna, you are top of the round.
I know, that's a
Yeah.
novelty, isn't it? Um, so I'm guessing there's a rather large tree in the way here. Is that
There is, yes.
so? In that
That's
case,
a tree and that's a tree, right?
Well, no, that's a tree stump. There's no shadow.
Oh, right,
above that,
okay.
That's just a tree stump.
right? That's a tree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a tree, and that's a tree.
And that's a tree. Okay.
so I can see
Yeah.
over it. That's the main thing.
Yes.
The I have the up and down scroll bar, but for some reason it's like you want to look left and right. No, so I have to like right click and drag to be able to
Sorry.
see.
I was about to say, because the guy gave us the option, does Val not go first because he
He stepped
basically
forward.
started combat?
Okay, yeah, so Val
Yeah,
goes
yeah,
first
that's
then.
fair, yeah,
Val,
that's fair.
Val gets a surprise round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Just Val.
I'm okay with that.
I casted haste on myself,
Yep.
Which
so
I
you are
said
now
before.
Concentrating on haste and
60-foot movement, straight up to the guy. And I am going to come straight down on him with Equalizer to try and take his resistances for damage and conditions.
okay, and that is an attack roll.
Yep, standard dagger. 23.
None of this.
23 hits.
Okay. So it does 5 damage, and then I take whatever damage and resistances he has as a condition.
So you get the same as what he's got. He still keeps them. So it is you get immunity to psychic
Okay.
and immunity to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks.
Yes!
Non-magical.
That's fine. Like, that's normally what I lose out because of the shield.
Yeah.
I also get 2 more attacks because of haste.
Yep.
So I am then going to switch to Mortimer.
You cannot. That would be a full action to switch weapons. It's not unless you drop Equalizer now completely. You cannot just pull out Mortimer.
Okay, so I need to keep attacking with the dagger.
Yes, you need to
That's
keep
fine.
using the dagger, but it is now just a dagger.
22,
22 hits.
6,
Yep.
and then 20
20 hits.
for another 5.
Okay. All right.
And then I can
As-
bonus action. My bonus actions. No, I am concentrating on haste, so I cannot
You
bonus
are.
action any of the bits. So that's me
Yep.
done.
Okay. All right. So, top of the round after the surprise round, as Kronk goes, whoa, okay, we're getting into this. Vienna.
Vienna is going to move forward. So she's going to come here.
Yep.
And she's going to do a good old faithful for now.
Yep.
Which is
Eldritch
Eldritch
Blast.
Blast. So,
I'm
1.
going to use your ice things.
Oh yeah, I could do, couldn't I? I forgot. I don't know how I forgot, but I forgot. Oh no, the ice things, I didn't pick that one.
Yep. 23
Okay.
hits. So. 10 misses, 18 hits.
And if there is another round, I did have a backup plan. Kronk is stone, isn't he?
Kronk, no, he's flesh and blood.
Oh, he's flesh and blood. Okay.
Yeah, these are
That's fine.
actual sphinxes.
Okay.
So no
As
hair.
you-
Sorry.
As you fire off 3 blasts, 2 of them hit, and the other one he manages to duck out of the way of, as he lets out a low growl. Okay. Val, it's your turn.
Yeah, so I'm going to bonus action Misty Step 30 foot up.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move another 60 foot up.
Okay. 90 foot
So-
up.
I'm 90 foot up. And I'm going to pull out my throne.
Portable throne. Yeah.
And I'm going to activate the
It's being
throne.
Hang on,
reviewed-
no, Talia's got the
being
portable
reviewed.
throne.
And it's being reviewed by Wilma.
No,
No.
it's been given back to us.
Yeah, it got given
No.
back to you, but
Oh yeah.
And you didn't
Yeah,
want it,
it was
so
just-
I had it.
it was just the death ward things.
No, I'm pretty sure I have it.
You
No,
said you
Talia
didn't want
kept
it.
No, Talia said she didn't want it, and then she kept it and was using it.
Okay, she said
So
she
you
didn't
can
want it,
retcon
so
that.
yeah, that's
I
fine.
remember saying I didn't want it. But...
In that case, fuck.
I mean, you can ask for it, and I can give it to you for next round.
No, I'm already here, so that spoils that. Can I not do that then and just be
Yep.
Misty Step so that
Retcon.
I'm slightly 30 foot up above him?
Yep.
And then I'm going to go in with Mortimer.
Okay.
And 14?
14 misses, unfortunately, as you go
Okay.
to swing, and this time he sort of weaves out the way.
And then I'm going to go in for a second strike. 17?
17 just hits.
Okay. So I'll do that, and then I can pump. Can I pump 2 third level smites into him? Which I can't.
You can
remember.
only do 1 spell slot's worth of smite at a time.
Okay. In that case, 1/3 level smite, which is, I think it's, what, 3d6? I forget.
Yeah, a third level smite. So a first level smite is 2d6, then add a d6, add a d8. Sorry, 2d8. Add a d8 for each level of spell. So third level will be 4d8.
4d8. Okay.
Why is that done that?
So that's a further 17 damage.
Okay, so that's 29 damage total.
And then with my movement, I'm going to move 30 foot up as well.
Yep. Okay, you are still hasted. You have a third attack.
I've got a third attack. Okay.
Yeah. So as haste, you get your normal multi-attack, which is 2 attacks. You then get an extra action where you can make a single attack.
Okay, before I move then, I will do another Mortimer attack.
Yep.
11, so that misses.
Yep.
And then I
Okay.
move 30 foot up, fully expecting a moving out of
Repercussion.
space. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he's going to get a opportunity attack. So, a claw is a 19 to hit.
Beats it, beats it.
So you are going to take. That is 17 slashing damage, which is magical.
Okay, so that's
So-
doubled. 20,
Yep.
30, 34.
34. Yeah, 34. As he just lashes out with his claws and just rakes them across you.
Oh god, not 134 that I just typed in.
Okay, it's now Kronk's turn. Kronk goes, all right, let's get on with this. And the first thing he is going to do is... Yeah, he's going to go for a roar. As you watch him puff out his chest, breathe in deep, and then he is going to let loose a mighty roar. And I need all of you who are fighting him to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay.
20 for a 26.
You pass.
Baby.
Vienna fails.
Oh.
Oh shit. Oh.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Val fails as well. So Val and Vienna, you are both now frightened. So I'm just trying to find a decent thing for frightened. There we go. Yeah. So you are both frightened of Kronk. You get to retake that save on the end of your turns.
I have Aura of Courage. So whilst I'm conscious, me and my friendly creatures within 10 foot can't be frightened.
Then you are fine. Okay. Kronk is then going to take off and fly 5, 10, 20, 25, 30.
I knew I took
There.
some feats for some things.
And that is the end of Kronk's turn, as that's
Oh,
all
that
he
changes things.
do.
Alright, that makes my life easier. You're now within range.
is he
Would I have
lands
got
on
an opportunity
that.
attack?
No, because you went up away from him.
Okay, that's fair.
So you weren't within 5 feet of him. You moved away. Okay, Talia, your turn.
Lightning Rapier special ability, please.
Okay, so that is a dex save on his behalf.
That is 30 feet that way, so I can't move. I can't move. There we go.
Okay, that is a 12 on his dex save. He is a big chunky boy. He is not very dexterous. So that fails, I'm pretty sure.
But it doesn't say what the dex save is.
I think we said it at a 14 or something like that. Might be a 15.
It does. Oh, DC 12.
DC 12. So he actually passes.
Either side.
So he takes half damage.
He takes half damage. Well, it says dexterity saving throw, taking 2d10 lightning damage on a failure or being knocked back from the lunge by 20 feet. Half as much. So he'll take half as much damage, but not.
And he doesn't get knocked back.
Not being knocked back. So 16.
Nice.
rolled
You
max.
rolled
I
nearly full
rolled full
damage.
damage. Cool.
So he takes 8 of that. Okay.
Okay, so that was a lunge forward. Does that count as my movement?
That is your action, not your movement.
Sweet. So I'm gonna back up a little bit so that I can bolt on the grave.
Okay.
Here.
He gets a opportunity
fine.
attack against you.
Do it.
That is a 27 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
So you are going to take.
That's why I regret my decisions.
You take 18 slashing damage.
That's fine. I can take that. Wait, and I will do bolts from the grave. It's my bonus action. So if I can bloody find that, I will. It's under actions, not. Wait, where the fuck is it? It's under action? Yeah. Nope, that's. Use that damage, but that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to press the hit first, which is a miss anyway, so ignore the damage.
It misses, yeah. Okay.
All
right.
right. My turn there. Press the
All right.
the damage, not the hit first.
Okay. Vienna, your turn. You are frightened, so you cannot
Yes.
voluntarily move towards Kronk, and you are disadvantaged whilst you can on attack rolls and ability checks whilst you can see him.
Right. Well, I'll give it a go as to what I was planning to do anyway, now that he's come up to me. And that was actually use Winter's Moon to stab into him.
Okay.
Stab the blade
That's
into a larger or smaller creature with a successful attack roll and then cause a wounded creature to make a DC 20 con save.
Ooh,
If they
okay.
fail this save, the creature is immediately frozen solid and the next blue star or piercing attack shatters it.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack then.
But I may miss because I'm
Yep.
scared.
Yeah, you have disadvantage on the attack.
Is it coming? I did click on.
Nothing at the moment.
Okay, let me try again. Okay, that's not working. Let me try something else then. It's not working. Why is it not working?
Have you got your plugin active?
Yeah, I've been rolling everything else.
Yeah.
No.
Let me try because I've never actually used Winter's Moon before. So
Yeah.
I
you
just
have
put a
abilities and stuff.
yeah. So I did download Dagger +1 and it's just not letting me roll it. So if I just roll a normal dagger attack and see if that
Yeah.
does
It's
it.
a +3 dagger at the moment actually, so
Oh right, okay.
add a +3 to whatever you roll.
It's not letting me roll anything. What's going on? Literally clicking all the buttons.
Try rolling a d20 in Roll20 off the dice roller,
Okay,
and we'll just try it that way.
there we go. Probably
So
misses
third-
anyway.
13 +3, which is 16 plus whatever. Oh, and then yeah. So
Yeah,
what's
I
your
got 6 in the next one, so
what's your proficiency's +4?
yeah.
Yeah, so that takes it to 10. +3 for the dagger takes it to 13. What's your dex?
My dex is +2.
+2, so that takes it to 15. That does miss, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just sort of like blindly sort of stab out with the dagger, and he just sort of like moves back enough to avoid being stabbed.
Right. And I'll figure out what's going on with this.
Okay. Right. Val, your turn.
Question for the DM. If
Yes.
I am willing to take damage, does the movement caused by gravity take away from my movement speed?
Technically not.
Okay. So I'm going to move into range. 30 foot kind of above the ground.
Yeah.
I'm going to spin around this guy with my portal dagger, which would be probably 10 to 15 foot,
Okay.
and then allow the gravity to drop me down to the ground. And then I'm going to do the opposite side of the dagger and go around the ground again,
Okay.
causing a blue and orange portal to appear between both elements of the top and bottom of this enemy, so he starts to drop into an infinite loop.
Okay. So dropping
You
30
think it's
feet.
important?
I'm willing to take the damage.
30 feet that's 3d6.
Yep. Happy.
However, it is non-magical, and you are currently immune to non-magical bludgeoning damage.
Yes.
So-
Oh yeah.
So as you do that, you do that, and you watch as Kronk. I'm gonna have to make a dex save for Kronk.
That's fine.
I'm
I'm thinking with portals.
You
now.
You watch as you do it, and he just sort of like looks at you out the corner of his eye, unfurls his wings, and just flaps once and just hovers. He just goes, "Really?
It was worth trying,
Yeah."
and now I know
Okay.
to take out your wings.
So that was your main action. You still have your hasted action. Did you roll concentration for haste after you
I
took
did
the
not.
damage? So you need to roll me a concentration to see if haste is still up.
How much damage did I take? Sorry.
You took 34, so you have
34.
to roll me a 17 or higher.
Okay. Con save. 18.
You kept your haste. So you still have your hasted action.
Okay. Do I still have that item? Wait. That is going to be the question. Where's my inventory? No, I don't. But I am going to throw a standard dagger through one of his wings.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack.
19.
19, standard dagger. You throw it, it just pings off the wing.
Okay.
As you remember, you stole immunity from all non-magical weapons from him.
That's fair. Yeah. Makes sense.
Okay.
I thought I'd give it a go.
Yep, you gave it a go. Right, his turn. He smirks and goes, "Okay, so we're going to play with magic." Yeah, he's going to look at both of you and decide he's going to do that there. This won't hurt Val, I don't think, but some of it might. So, if I focus it there, I think, yeah, that'll get... Yeah, I can focus it to get both of you. So I'm going to... You watch as his eyes glow, and a 10-foot circle that just catches both Val and Vienna glows on the ground. I need you both to make me dexterity saving throws. What's his spell save DC? 18. Okay. So you both pass, so you're only going to take half damage. So that would be 18 points of fire damage halved to 9. So Val, I
No
believe you're
fire
immune to it
damage.
anyway.
Yep.
No. And then
Sometimes
16
I
points of
fucking love the
radiant.
shield.
16 points of radiant damage halved to 8. Which I think you're only resistant to radiant, as he casts Flame Strike.
Flavor, Val does a random happy dance and like literally kisses the shield, just to see what how the shield reacts.
You don't hear anything.
There, it's worth it. I've
Okay.
done weirder shit for the shield before.
Yep. Okay. You see Kronk just sort of smile, and then he's going to end his turn there. Talia, your turn.
Go back.
Not used this before, so I'm going to use Word of Radiance.
Okay. Just so you're aware, Word of Radiance, they have to be within 5 feet of you, if I remember the spell correctly.
Yes. Because you utter divine word. Oh no, yeah, 5 feet. Yep. I will get within 5 feet. And I will do Word of Radiance.
Okay, so that's a con save for him.
It's a DC.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's a 24.
Oh, it's a 14.
Yeah, so he takes no damage, because it's just a cantrip.
Fuck it, I'll stab him with the rapier then, I guess. As I
Your full action to cast the
Wait,
cantrip.
Oh, fuck it, I'll take another... If I do bolts from the grave this close, it's disadvantage, right?
It is, yes.
I'll risk another attack of opportunity and back off.
Okay, he is going to make a swipe at you.
Yeah.
Actually, roll that in the thing. That is going to be a 15 to hit.
Miss.
Okay, so he swipes, but you sort of just nimbly duck out the way.
Alright, see if I can press the right buttons this time. 15 to hit?
15 misses, unfortunately. He quickly furls his wings in front of him and flaps them outwards to knock the bolts out the air.
Right, that was... Oh, and I moved in, so I'm probably about... Yeah, I'll just stay where I am.
Okay. Alright. At the end of this round, Kronk goes, okay, alright, that's enough. I've seen all I need to see.
Good, because I was running out of ideas.
I had a few more.
And with that, his eyes glow again, and you all vanish from that place and reappear back in the tower. And Kronk looks over all of you and goes, alright, so for the 3 who fought me, you all pass. And for the 2 of you who didn't, you pass. And he sort of pads a paw down, and you see that black, demonic-faced trapdoor click and swing open.
Then what do we want to do? Divide and conquer, or...
I think
Go down it?
all do one, all do the other. Best chance
Yeah.
of success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's facts.
Okay, so as you begin climbing down into the lower library, it is much different from your experience in the upper library. Whereas that had been very light colours and beautiful bound books, this is black and dark with flaming torches, and a lot of the books are chained or similarly like forced onto shelving and locked there. But you are able to take them and peruse them at your leisure.
Right. Good luck, everyone.
Right,
Let's see if
so
we can actually
anything to do
find
with
what
the
we... Yeah.
stones from all over the city, and anything that can help
It's-
Grifter.
It's unorthodox, but Spirit Guardians, where she summons a load of things to go around a certain area and conduct attacks. Can she do it to like search titles of books? Okay.
No. They are ethereal, incorporeal, that cannot touch items.
Not touch, but like look.
They're not sentient in that way.
Fair enough.
So we're looking for anything to do with the stones in the Diamond of Maham, or with the significance of these rocks, and why the Faceless want them. Any mentions of the Faceless, Arixali, and anything that can help Grifter, yes? Is there anything else
Okay,
we're looking
let's see if
for?
we can find
And
something.
our items as well.
It's all about items, if there's anything to do with that as well.
Yeah.
Go ahead and everyone roll me a group investigation check.
17. One of us is rolling good. So that's...
Just wait for Ertz. Okay. So, moving through, you take the time and peruse the books. A lot of the knowledge here is more disturbing than it is helpful. You find books on weapons of war. You find books on ways of creating magical plagues. You find books on the most efficient way to torture someone. Things like that. It's hard going.
Probably quite enjoying it.
Yeah.
One of us is.
Eventually, Talia,
Hmm.
you find a book,
Great.
and it is a diary. And it is a diary. It looks like it's half burnt. Looks like it's a bit scraggy. But the name on the front draws your attention. Asmodeus. As you open it up and look inside, it is in this beautiful flowing infernal script. And it details some of the calamity, some of the divergence. And you see about how it details a number of the conflicts that were happening and how it was great for business. He had never had more souls flowing into his control. However, he heard of a plan by the upper deities to basically remove divine intervention upon the world in large amounts by creating a weave, a net that would prevent, not fully prevent the gods and lower gods from interacting with the world, but it would stop them from entering it themselves and influencing it too heavily. And this was their main way of doing this was to be through 5 gems that would act as anchors. And these 5 gems were to be created and given to various races and cities to be safeguarded before the gods receded and took a more hands-off approach with Medora. These 5 gems were a diamond given to the men of Maham, a combined amethyst and topaz given to... No, sorry, I've got that wrong. No, yeah, amethyst and topaz given to the wizards. The split jet and diamond given
Wait.
to...
There's a mixed opal and pearl, an emerald half and topaz, diamond and maham, a blood ruby veins of sapphire. 1, 2, 3, 4, and an amethyst.
Yes, the amethyst. Yeah. So the amethyst was given to the magic users, the diamond given to the men of Maham, the opal and pearl given to the elves of Minas Pengoli, the emerald and topaz given to the gnomes of Fogelden, and the sapphire and ruby sapphire given to the dwarves of the Drake Crags. And it details how Asmodeus thought that this, though it was a pain and it would cause business to go down, he was pretty sure he could work around it and send his own. It was more fun to use cat's
You say the
paws
mixed
anyway.
opal was Minas Pengoli, right?
Yeah, that was Minas Pengoli, mixed pearl opal.
So
And he details that though this is a clever plan, should those gems ever be destroyed, then the divine gate would shatter and the world be vulnerable to interference from the upper and lower planes again.
Sorry, if one of the gems gets destroyed, or
No,
if...
all
the gems
all
can be
5.
destroyed on their own. So as long as we have one gem, the faces can't have what they want. What did you say the amethyst was?
The amethyst was Ingbrook.
Ingbrook, so that one's gone.
You remember you had a vision recently that basically said that the 2 left are the ruby sapphire and the emerald topaz that are not in the Faithless's hands. Zandal, as you are looking through, you find a treatise on the Abyss and the lords and ladies of the Abyss, like archdemons, effectively. And you find an entry on Rixali. Rixali is a daughter of Grast, one of the more powerful for demons, and she is known as the Lady of Secrets. She deals a lot with shadows and shadow demons, that sort of thing, and she is normally sought out by spies, assassins, thieves, that sort of thing. She's the Lady of Secrets. She's sought out by, but the bit that draws your attention is the level of the Abyss that she rules over was not an original level of the Abyss. It was another material plane that she, through subterfuge and careful planning and using of mortals, drew into the Abyss and made into her domain in the Abyss. She sank a material plane down into the lower planes and added it to the layers of the Abyss, thus making herself a kingdom in the Abyss for herself.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be reading this out to everyone.
Okay. And
World
Ert,
sharing.
as she's finding things, finds a treatise on the last known location of a soulbound item. A pair of linked hilts by a chain called Demogorgon's Demolisher. And the last place that was seen was in the Eldritch Downs near Nuladzar Spires.
Hang on, Demigorgon's Demolisher. It's amazing how fast you think I can type.
I'm sorry, I'm merely lore dumping at my usual pace.
Demigorgon's Demolisher is what?
It's a pair of hilts linked by a chain, and that was last seen being wielded by a barbarian king in the Eldritch Downs near Nuladzar Spires.
Eldritch Plains? Barbarian?
Eldritch Downs. D-O-W-N-S.
Barbarian Eldritch Downs.
Near the Nuladzar Spires.
And not how the fuck do you spell that?
N-U-L-E-D-Z-A-H.
Sorry.
N-U-L...
N-U-L...
E-D...
E-D...
Z-A-H. Nuladzar.
Z-A-H. Nuladzar Spires, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where I've just come from.
Barbarian Eldritch Downs in Nuladzar Spire. That's Demigorgon.
And there was nothing for the boy.
You did not find anything down here to do with
We might
healing
find it
Richter.
upstairs.
I think that one will be an upstairs
We already
thing.
know how to sever the connection. It's just healing him.
It's the divine element, which makes sense upstairs.
That it wouldn't be down here, yeah.
Yeah.
That is what you find down there for the questions that you ask.
So we're in big trouble. Yay!
Well, now we know why.
But at least we know, as long as we have one of the stones, all hell doesn't break loose, literally, like the abyss and stuff. Yay.
So we found nothing on the faceless or anything then?
Well,
You
Rixali,
would-
she's the leader of the
Yeah.
Faceless,
Well,
and
yeah.
she's already sunk one plane into the hells, the abyss, so she clearly wants to do that with Medora, so we don't want that to happen. That would be bad.
Right, I guess upstairs then.
I do so love having tasks that are nigh impossible for mortals to deal with. I'm so going to fail.
But at the same time, you realise Rixali is having to act through mortals. The Raven Queen's got to do the same.
No pressure, Raven Queen. You know, not like you couldn't just be, look after the blades of life and death. No. Fucking abyss and monsters and demons.
It makes you realise the restrictions that are in place for gods. Gods cannot do some of the stuff that we can do.
Yeah, it makes sense why she's so fucking vague all the time.
So,
So, in essence, in some ways, we are more powerful than the gods. Should give us some oomph to
Really
fight.
not.
hang on. Asmodeus created these gems.
No, so Asmodeus heard of a plan from the upper deities to make this divine gate, but he didn't fight against it because he didn't think it would really affect him too badly. He was still going to be able to send his minions to the gate, stop the more powerful deities from just being able to just bamf into the world and
It
influence
doesn't
it.
actually say where those stones came from then.
No, it just said the upper deities made them and presented them as tethers for the divine gate.
I'm just wondering if we
And
could
if
make
idiot
them
god
again.
trusts mortals with shit like that, that just seems really stupid.
The problem is the anchors had to stay on Medora to
The
anchor
plane
the
that is
gate.
protecting, yeah.
So they could have just left them in random spots, but then that runs the risk of them being found. And if they're not defended, the lower deities could
worse.
quite easily just go, hey, I'm just going to send an imp up there to go and grab this gem. Because my imp can quite easily, I've got enough power to just oomph an imp through the gaps in the divine gate. I've now got a servant. Off you go. I've got enough power that I can see through the gate where these tethers are. Go get it. Whereas if they're in a human city or a civilized city, they are at least slightly defended, and if the lower deities want to do something, they have to expend significant resources to try and do something. At which time the gods can then begin, you know, pushing people in the right place to stop that.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
right. So we know how much deep shit we're in. Great.
I was just wondering how easy it would be to make some more.
I don't know if that's going to be. We just need to find at least one and keep it away from the face. That's long enough that we can wipe them out, I guess, so that there's no one else looking for them, right?
Keep it secret, keep it safe.
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue before we're here all week.
No, we still got
Okay.
a way to peel.
Yeah.
Go upstairs.
Okay. Heading up, you see Yzma and Kronk have now returned to their alcoves, and you are able to climb to the upper floor. Although Val, it is sealed for you. You cannot go up.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. As the rest of you climb up into the much nicer and airy upper library. Are you just looking for stuff for Grifter up here?
I think continue
anything
looking
that's
for
above.
anything again.
All of
Okay.
the above, in case, because we didn't
Yeah.
roll really good the last time we were here.
Okay. Go ahead, roll investigation check for the four of you who are up there.
I'm going to give myself advantage with my Friends of Fate,
Okay.
because I didn't need to. Of course, I didn't fucking need to. Every time I use it, I don't need it. Every time I don't use it, I fucking need it. 21.
Just need one. Is that a fresh one from that 15? No, I need a one
there
from
isn't anything.
please.
No.
Investigation, yeah.
I rolled a 21 at least.
18. Okay.
A bit better than last
So,
time.
Talia, you look through the various tomes up here. You don't find anything to do with the gems up here. It seems like that is a secret that was left down in the lower depths. You do, however, find a description of what you believe to be the potion Grifter took, known as the Purgatory Filter. And it is a potion that was last made on Medora back before the Divergence.
Makes
It
sense.
is a tricky potion to make. It is very rare. The ingredients are rare, and it effectively puts the user and their soul in a suspended animation. It basically puts them into purgatory. And there is a counter potion, but it is very, very tricky to make.
Great. But
How
is
did
there
you
like a
get hold of it in the
recipe or
first place?
instructions or something?
There is a loose recipe detailed in the book, but it is very, very loose, and you aren't aware whether all of these items would be still available, because obviously this is something that was last made pre-Divergence. Some of the ingredients may no longer even exist.
Great.
So then you don't find anything up here to do with Rixali, because obviously she's a demon lord. That's all to do down below. However, you do find a detail of another soulbound item. You find the details for, I would say Xandal finds this. I'll actually let Xandal choose one, and I will tell you if it's detailed up here.
Say that again, sorry.
You can choose a soulbound item to have details on.
Phoenix.
Or the
Uh,
Time of Wind or whatever. I think you were interested in that one.
I had information on about 5 of them, didn't I? So
Well, we already
Yeah,
know
you
where
already-
the Phoenix Pendant is, but we don't
Yeah.
know what it does, right?
So the
And we
ones
just-
that you do not know where they are currently is Beofong's Bulwark, Gerion's Fawn. You're pretty sure you know where Moradin's Flame is. The Sword of Light. You've just
Nope.
found out about Demogorgon's Demolisher. Mammon's Majestic Satchel you don't know, and the Tome of Winds you don't know.
yeah, we'll go with the Tome of Winds.
Okay. You find out that the Tome of Winds was last being held by a guru, a sort of hermit, who lived in the Radiant Desert, just west of Zinabazab and east of the Drake Crags.
West
There's a
of
desert
what?
just
Rest
between
of
them.
what?
West of Zinabazab,
Hang
east
on.
of the Drake Crags.
Desert.
About there.
Radiant.
Yeah, the
Desert.
Radiant Desert is
West of the. West of the.
there. West of Zinabazab.
Get you and your fucking names, I swear to God.
Hey, these came pre-generated with the map.
Zab. And east of. Did you say?
The Drake Crags.
Drake. So I can only fit so much in the description.
We need to go to Zinabazab anyway,
Yeah.
potentially.
It's seeming like we need to go there for multiple things. And soulbound items and to talk to the eyes of the Wraithen.
And you also know that it's near the Drake Crags where one of the gems is.
Yes.
That's what you find in the upper library for the information you were looking for. Unless there is anything else anyone wants to search for whilst they're there.
Dunno. Don't think there's anything else.
Is there anything about the gnomes?
The gnomes? Okay, so with your... What did you roll?
I rolled 20.
So, looking through, you do find a loose description of Fogelden.
Right.
And it describes a city hidden under the ground, but in a cavern that is open to the air, and is full of technology and clockwork and magic. As you sort of skim through it, it only gives it was written by a gnome, and it doesn't give a direct location.
No.
It merely states in the woods where the will-o'-the-wisps roam.
Okay.
Where Will of the Wisp? What?
Will-o'-the-wisps roam.
Okay. Hidden underground, open air, technology, cogs, magic, no direct location, in woods where the will-o'-wisp roam.
Val is going to shout up the stairs and just be like, if you can find any information on where Tritherian's weapons are, that would be fantastic as well. Thank you.
I mean, for you,
Sorry.
the trapdoor is closed. You can't even see upstairs.
What about the rings? Can you use the
I
rings?
try, but
You have rings?
The rings are also blocked.
So no.
gonna give
The
it
will
an
of-
effort.
The gnome location thing, I'm actually going to keep that to myself.
Yep.
Because
That's
I don't.
I've only put it as just white, so that doesn't necessarily mean that it's my character's knowledge.
Yeah.
Keep it in my notes in case you ask.
So
Yeah.
as you all wrap up your research, you return back down to the atrium, where Val is currently sat, waiting for you.
So we're
From-
Uno.
I thought we were playing Go Fish.
No, Uno.
What is Uno?
Yzma goes, straight flush.
What?
She's
Sorry,
playing
no.
poker.
It's the wrong game. We're playing
You're all
Uno.
playing different card games.
I've got poker cards. How do you have Uno cards? What even is Uno?
Reverse Uno.
Uno reverse.
No.
That's what you gave me. I've not come up with these cards.
We need to go to Zinabazab, not play games. We have...
Oh, done already, are you?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah.
lovely
It's
to
up,
see you
yeah,
all.
yeah,
Please
that's
feel
fine.
free to visit again, but not too soon. Frank, on the other hand, goes, it was lovely to have company. Next time I'll make my spinach puffs.
Spinach puffs.
They're lovely.
Sounds good.
I promise you'll like them.
Is it spicy?
I can make them spicy.
Maybe.
All right. I better go practice. And you watch as he just sort of goes running off into his alcove.
Fuck! Why did the Raven Queen pick me? Like, what did she expect me to do?
How long has the meeting with the gnome scrying mirror been postponed?
I don't
So by
know.
this point, you've been here about, I would say, 6 hours in your
Okay,
research.
but how long did we postpone
We just postponed
He-
seeing them?
So he
Up to a couple of
Boras
days,
is
I think.
basically just holding them off and trying to keep his schedule open for the next couple of days.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We might not have enough time between pissing off the gnome person to speak to and
What do you want to do? Do you want to return to Maham, quickly talk to the gnomes, at least to warn them, and then go to
Yeah.
Zimmer's? From what the dark mother said, if we bamf to Minas Pingoli, because we've been there before, it's not that
it's a
much
long
further.
trek. Yeah,
Well, I
it's,
meant if we bamf to Minas Pingoli, that cuts out a big portion of travel.
it's
and
still a
just
long
living-
trek from Minas Pingoli.
We
Yeah,
could
but not as
bounce
much as if we
to
went straight from Maham.
we could
Mm.
bounce to Maham with a message to pass on, and then
We could
Go
literally
onwards.
go to Maham, literally talk to the gnomes. We could just run to the palace. It's not that far from the docks.
Mm.
Have our little meeting. At least tell them to batten down the hatches and fucking defend themselves.
Yeah,
If they're not already fucked. Then we quickly go to Minas Pincoli and then travel from there to the Zimmerby, the place.
Yeah.
Zinazabab.
Yeah.
Zibbity Bob.
Tigga-tigga.
Zinubizab. So, judging from your previous times on the ferry, you would know that from Minas Pingoli to the nearest sort of point where you could make land, which would be sort of this alcove up here near Zinubizab, is going to take you 5 days to a week, depending on weather
yeah.
and various
Whereas
other.
if we travel all the way
things.
from fucking Maham to it, it's going to take us months. So.
Yeah.
Pardon me. Sorry. Okay, so back to Maham first because
Yeah,
that's just
get that done
instantaneous.
because we
Talk
need.
to the gnomes and then
Yeah.
we
Okay.
bamf to Minas Pingoli.
Blossom, could you make me a survival check, please?
Oh,
Get them
Yeah,
fish.
we Christian stuff.
Catch them fish.
Oh yeah, how much fish did they catch?
That's what we're about to find out over the course of 6 hours.
ah,
Oh man.
Blossom, as you've been on the ferry, you tried to catch a fish, and for ages, you didn't seem to catch anything. And then you suddenly get a bite, and you pull and you pull and you pull, and you even changed into your were form to get the extra strength. And eventually, you pulled hard enough, and this massive serpentine head came out of the water with a hook just hooked gently under one large fang and just looked at you, and in a voice and a language you didn't understand just went
sorry, didn't
Yeah,
mean to bother you.
Totally understood that.
just
That's
spits
the
out
type
the
of
hook,
sushi.
spits out the hook, and then just slowly retracts back under the ocean surface.
Yeah, I'll not be trying that in this plane again.
Yeah. Yeah, hooking a leviathan doesn't go well. But as you sort of retreat into the ferry, the rest of the group come out of the tower and quickly come back. And Bosun goes, "Ah, right. Did you find all you wanted?"
Found something for a change.
Ish.
Oh,
I
that's
realized how fucked
good.
we are. That's always good.
all right. Well, where are we going now?
Back to Maham, and then from there we'll be going to Minas Pingoli, and then from Minas Pingoli we'll be going to
Zinabazab.
Zigazig.
All right. Okay. Well, let's
It's
go.
not a Spice
And-
Girls song.
Yeah.
And you all enter inside, and you feel that rushing sensation. And after about 20 minutes, a sort of bosun's voice informs you that you have arrived back at Maham and the gangplank is being lowered.
Cool.
During that 20 minutes, I'm gonna pull Val to one side. Val,
Hey,
can
sweetie.
I talk about something?
Okay.
That'd be weird.
Hey, darling.
So we've.
How you doing?
Don't make me change my mind. So this wedding of mine that's coming up, I don't have many friends. You guys are pretty much all the friends I have, and being pretty much my best friend, would you be my best man at the wedding?
I will be honoured to be your best man. However, you might want to dictate what stories I can tell and what stories I can't tell during the meal.
I'll speak to Fenry.
It's, at this point,
There's a lot.
you hear it. You hear in the back of your head, Xandal, the sizzling of cooking meat and cheese, and a voice go, "Ah, bromance. I ship it."
We
I
may,
want that back.
it may be a bit weird, but we may have to chat to my mother as well.
Why?
And my
'Cause she
mother
thinks we're in a
thinks we
relationship.
are in a relationship
I mean, you are in a relationship.
or a situationship.
Yeah, she
we
does
may-
say some odd things on occasion.
We may have to clarify the trollolol nature that I am, going with a joke and making it funny, and what is actually going on with you and Finry, because she thinks that you are my bitch, wearing a bitch collar and having a little dingling on your neck is all based on our sexual preferences and our deviances, but it is just like an ongoing joke between two friends, so we may have to clarify that.
Sure.
I mean,
Just
unless you
kind of
don't
like
want
you
to,
are
and we
like-
can keep it going if you want to, like...
I'll pass, because the more terrible you get, the worse that button gets.
Fair one. It's going to be a conversation we have to have. That's all.
Yeah, we'll figure that one out.
But no, I am honoured to be your...
Thank you.
be part of your wedding ceremony.
Thank you. It means greatly.
Are the rings going to be crazy, spiky things, or are they going to be like normal, or?
Normal. How am I supposed to wear a ring and be around you guys if it's made out of spikes?
I mean, you make weird things, so I'm just like, just checking. So,
Makes sense.
but no, I am honoured.
I sort of like nod, and then just sort of like stand there a second, and then just scoot off. Just
Before he
usual
scoots off, I slap his ass,
Oh dear.
just for the lols.
You had to make it weird.
This is
Okay.
us. We're weird, so that's how this works, right?
Right.
I
So, this feels like a good stopping point before
Mhm.
we get into the meeting with the gnomish people, etc. So it's up to you guys. We can either stop now and pick this up whenever we next get to play, or we can push on a bit later if you want. But if we do that, I am going to have to nip to the toilet quick.
I think we should stop here.
I think this is a good stopping point.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that feels like a good natural stopping point. I hope everyone has enjoyed. Bit of lore dumping, bit of exploration, bit of trials, and hopefully some decisions on where to go from here for the party. But hope you all enjoyed. We will keep you updated as to when we will next be playing. There's a potential for the 1st November, either for a regular session or a sort of Halloween themed session. We will discuss that amongst ourselves and make plans. And obviously check the schedules. Obviously keep your eye on YouTube and the socials and that sort of thing for confirmation as to when the next play date will be. But other than that, play date, yes, don't be a child. We will hope you all enjoy your own games. Hope you all enjoyed this game and stay safe. We will see you when we next see you. Ta-ta.
Bye.